Testing, testing. There we go. Apologies, guys. That hasn't happened in a while. Not sure what happened. I think it's because I disconnected the mic earlier. Reconnected it. But you should be able to hear me now. Should be able to hear me now. How we doing, guys? We okay? You're watching Gamescom on. Some games thingy announcement place. All good? All good? Good. Good. Do you need to be a member to get a roster review? No, you do not, Raymond. Once I start the roster reviews, you will see a little roster review icon, which will be like that. You see it down here? So just over here, roster reviews right now. We will be doing roster reviews today. I've got a link that I'll put inside of the chat shortly, which will take you to a Google form that you have to fill out. It's going to be a first come, first served basis. Anybody that makes a donation of £5 or more will go onto the priority list and they get to essentially skip the queue. But there is no compulsion to spend. It is completely free. No, I'm sorry, Tren. Maybe you just have to try another stream, buddy. What's going on, Caleb? So yeah, got some stuff going on today. Don't forget, guys, you got 2 hours and 20 minutes to get your GAC locked in and ready to roll. I'm about to equip a new mod set ready for GAC. It should have modding for Enoch and everybody. Just want to double check. Yep, Enoch is looking like he's there. Yep. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, cool. I'm going to save this new mod set. I'm going to apply it. And then we're going to lock into GAC again. Hey, Wolfie, how you doing today, buddy? That is absolutely right, Caleb. You can request a review once it's open. I'll be posting, like, you can request, you'll be able to request the review as soon as I put the link in chat. Or if you're on my Discord server, you can head over to the roster review section and you can, you know, go through the form from there. Your brain was rotting watching Tim the Tatman flap his gums for the past hour. What's Tim been playing? What's Timmy been playing? Okay, I need to free up a whole bunch of mod space. Let me just check who that was real quick. Essex! Thank you kindly, good sir. How you doing today, Essex? Thanks for the resub, brother. Always appreciate you, my dude. 84 mods here. Let's upgrade all to show them. Can't get enough of the wordy support crons thrown. I feel that on a very personal level. I've only got 5, and I would wish I had like 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 times more. Did you see the tragedy of mine I posted in general on your Discord? I don't think so, Burrito. Only a few more million trooper kills till we figure out if the ability... Yeah. I've not necessarily been tracking that, but it's a bit disappointing, really, isn't it? Bit disappointing, really, because it's like we were going to find out the kit for Ezra anyway in like 2 weeks, so it's kind of like we're not really learning anything here. Don't mind me, I'm just clearing up some mod space here because I need to make sure we get this mod locked in, this mod set locked in for GAC before the timer closes. That's 69 mods we're getting rid of. That's rather nice. What's the ideal Sabine cron? Not using Sabine. Using the support cron is better. As weird as that sounds. Support cron so you can't get the Sabine level 9. But if you're working with the Sabine level 9, you'll want the attack level. Attack again level 6. So. Just praying you get an okay bracket this round. Last few months hasn't been too fun facing 9, 10. I wish I could face a 9 or a 10 mil, Eli. That'd be amazing. Who should you add to Queen Amidala team with Padawan Obi-Wan and Poncho Qui-Gon? Up to you, Josh. Josiah. You could go Tech and Echo if you're looking to use it with the support Cron. It's pretty nasty. Other than that, just make sure it's Galactic Republic. And you'll be flying. So, whoever you want, really. Whoever you want. You can use, like, Shakti. Whoa, my days. That scared the crap out of me. 1 sec, guys. I will respond to whomsoever did that. Let me open up Stream Elements. Need to get that dashboard activity open to see who that was. An anonymous person tipped £5. Thank you, Anonymous. If that was for a roster review, you have to not be so anonymous. So I know who you are. But appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, dude. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying right now to clear up my modding very, very quickly. Trent, no, there should be a roster review channel within my Discord. It should be directly there. It's under hashtag, it's under roster reviews. It's just under Galaxy of Heroes. It's right at the bottom. Acolyte did get axed, it was. What a surprise! I like the idea of the community thing being odd choice character reveal. Yeah. I guess it's just like, it takes some of the hype out of it for me. It being a character that we, knew we were going to get anyway, Right, okay, so if I remove them. Sell those ones. I have a 3-dot mod in my inventory from something. But at least they had the counter in game. Yeah, it would be nice if the counter was in game. That would be cool. It would be very cool if we actually had that counter in game, so we could actually track the progress, from the game itself. That would be sick. Hey Celia, how you doing? I know I'm not 7 mil, Eli. I know I'm not 7 mil. I was just teasing you, buddy. Just teasing you. God, I still need to free up 117 more slots. 117 more slots. That's a lot. I might have to instead, I'll go to loadouts, and I'm going to split that GAC loadout. See if we can get that to work. Disney Star Wars Basil brush? What was wrong with standard Basil? Scribble. Brought your Keira Knightley Sabe squad up to R9 for the raid. Keira Knightley Oh, you mean Sabe. Right, okay. Sorry, you confused the crap out of me for a minute there, buddy. And just in time to do the Duel of Fates. Yep, that's always good. That's starting to frustrate me now. I'm trying to split this GAC setup and it's just going, no, you can't do that. Have you about this crazy cheap layer counter? Have I heard about it? Yes, I have, Peridea. Yep. And you don't need CLS or Tupio. But yes, I have heard about it. was thinking it would be Shin. Kind of expected to. Yeah, no, I think we'll still get Shin. I still think we'll get Shin. Okay, this is pissing me off now. Jesus. All right. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to sort out this mod setup before we miss out on it, and for some reason it keeps on giving me some error about a Sunfac mod. I've literally just made this set, so how is it messing around now? Bear with me uno momento, por favor. Thank you kindly, whoever was that just donated, by the way. You're wonderful people. Who was that? Obi Jack Kenobi. £1 for a roster review priority. I tipped last one accidentally anonymous. Oh, Jack, you don't need to send extra money, dude. You could have just messaged in chat. But thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Absolutely. You will get your roster review as soon as we get started on them, buddy. It would be Shin kind of... Yeah, I did expect it to be Shin. Love that the next tier is they tell us the release date. It's a Conquest character. We know the release date. Tell me about it. Did you do a breakdown of the Datacron set? Just a very different set than... I didn't, Bob. No, I didn't. Thanks, Ken. That's really nice of you. Yeah, that's what I'm doing now, Jack. But I have to rerun my mod. I have to rerun the actual mod loadout. Because the game's crap the pan... Well, every time I try and split it, it just gives me an error on one of Sunfac's mods for some reason. Keira Knightley played Sabe in episode 1. Yeah, I know, Kip. I know. It's just, like, I wasn't... Like, why didn't you just call it Queen Amidala? And then there's, like, no confusion. It's like when people called Jar Jar Binks... Or when people call Kelleran Beck Jedi Jar Jar. I'm like, dude, just call him Kelleran Beck. It's Kelleran Beck. He's a completely different person. Any word on a Datacron management UI? Absolutely none, Ramon. None at all, I'm afraid. Hey, Zem. You donated for a review the other day, and I don't know if you've got to it yet. I haven't got to it yet, Zem, but you will be on the list today. Have you filled out the form, good sir? Have you filled out the form? Got 3 level 9 crons this season. Iden, Bosk, and Nihilus. Only got Bosk and Nihilus to... FN, buddy. It's your favourite new joke. Fair enough. Scribe gets me. On a personal level, Wolfie. Yes, I do, buddy. Once again, remove some 4-dot mods from your inventory. Confuses me every day. Yeah, I think some of the events might give 4-dot mods. I think some of the events in-game give 4-dot mods, and you're absolutely right. It's just... It is foolish. Is foolishness. You'll need to refill it out, yeah, Ken. I reset them each week. Because I'm not going to be sitting through the roster reviews each week and calling out each individual person. That's such a waste of everybody's time. Google Forms. Bap-ba-doo, bap-boom, bap-be-doo-boo. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Bap-bap-bow. Yeah. Yeah. Just once again, remove 4-dot mods, filled out the form. I just went in with a bunch of 6. Got the Wampa. Prioritize. Yeah. Getting a load of the level 6s is more important, I feel, on this Datacron set. Just because the 6s is where the real power's at. So it just kind of makes sense. Like, I wish I'd focused a little bit more on the level 6s. Like, don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of level 9s. Like, I've got a lot of level 9s, but I would have preferred to get this last set to... I mean, you know, we're basically there, but... It's just... I definitely wanted more support level 6s. I've got far too many Tankcrons. Tankcron and Tankcron. And... and Healercron and Tankcron and attacker and attacker and attacker and attacker and attacker and a healer and attacker and attacker and a Tankcron and a support and a tank and a tank and a healer and an attacker and attacker and attacker and attacker. I just wanted so many. Like, I wish all of this was just support crons. Like, a whole row of support crons. Ba-ba-boom. I'm feeling much better right now, Jason. I was a bit crappy earlier today. Most of the day today I've been pretty crappy, truth be told. But a couple of hours ago after food, you know, started feeling a bit better. You only got like 2 tank crons? Lucky you, Wolf. Lucky you. I mean, it's my own fault. I should have just re-rolled it. Like, the thing is when the tank crons first came round, the broken level 6 was so broken it was worth having, and now it doesn't feel like it's worthwhile at all. So it's like, eh. Like, the level 3 tank revive is still pretty decent. But support cron is just so good that I wish I had more of them. I don't use Rolo versus Leia. I don't use it, Raymond. Nothing like some good eats to make you feel like new. That's the way, buddy. That's the way. That tank revive is nasty with Malgus and Malik. It is, but that's like one of the few scenarios where you actually want to use it, you know? That's my only issue with it. It's like, it is a good setup, but it has not limited use, but most teams are better with the support cron, just straight up, or the attack again cron, you know? That's my biggest concern with it. Hey, what's going on, Tommy? Alright. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get our roster review list in the chat. We'll get that form there. Now, roster reviews are not quite open yet. I will obviously tell you when it's open. But for now, I will go ahead and pin that just so y'all can see it. If you want to be able to sign up for a roster review, it is a first come, first served basis, and anybody that donates obviously gets to skip the queue. That is the rule. That is the rule, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as we have that roster review sign at the bottom right down there, when that is turned to on, we'll start doing our roster reviews, okay? So I need to do a little bit of TV business as well, but we will be getting there. Do you think that crabs think fish can fly? Also, Q jump, please, good sir. Thank you, Trent. Appreciate you for the $5, brother. Do I think that crabs think fish can fly? I don't think they have the concept. I don't think they get the actual concept of flying. Yeah. They probably just don't get the concept of flying. I'd like to see a swimming crab, though. I want to see a crab doing the breaststroke. I think that would be funny. Babo. So I'm just periodically checking back on my my data, my mod rolling. Lobsters swim. Do they really? I've never even pictured it in my head. I don't think I've ever seen a lobster swim. I think crabs focus more on the philosophical issues of in their thoughts. I think so as well, Tren. I think they're really thinking about, you know, I was given claws. Does that mean I'm a cracker? Do you know what I mean? They're thinking about the deep issues here, not do fish swim or fly. I think some crabs can properly swim as well. Ho ho! But I do think they might understand flying if they've ever been out of water and seen a bird. Maybe, Con. Maybe. Claws ain't just after... Claws ain't just for attracting mates. Nope. They can crush your windpipe as well. Pinsir. It's a good Pokemon. It's a good Pokemon. I like Pinsir. Pinsir was always a favourite of mine. Doop boop doo. Okay, good. Mod setup. Resaved. Now I just need to try and split this mod setup again. How's it going, Tickle? How you doing, my dude? Lando Calrissian has followed. Thank you kindly, Mr. Lando Calrissian. Lando Calrissian. Okay, let me check on that mod set. It is now officially saved. Let's go to Loadout. GAC, 99 more. Okay, so split the GAC one. See if it actually works this time. And if it messes around with Sunfac again... Oh, I have too many loadouts. This could be an issue, guys. Having too many loadouts is an issue. Is the list already long today? I don't know yet, Tickle. I haven't looked. I haven't looked yet. I'm just getting warmed up at the moment, buddy. You don't want to throw my name in for review if it's too long already? That's fair. That's fair. How you doing, buddy? Okay. Okay, so if I go for fill and go for fill with GAC, let's go. Just gonna start filling up the mods. My main focus right now is getting these mods sorted and getting locked into GAC before I forget about it and miss the time. Boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom. Hey, mostly average. I'm having a pretty good Tuesday today, buddy. How you guys getting on? I was playing a little bit of Wukong earlier today, the new monkey game, and I thought it was good. I want to play more of it. I would like to play more of it, please. Right, where is it? Okay, so I'm just going to start loading these mods in then. Thanks for the Galactic Challenge video. You're very welcome, Jitty. You want Lando's Falcon with him and Yen Numbers pilots? Okay. I can't make that happen, buddy. I'm sorry, Kip. With the $60, love Soulsborne type games, but haven't heard of it. It's not very Soulsborne-y. It's a lot easier than a Soulsborne game, truth be told. It feels a lot easier and a lot more linear. Graphically, it's very beautiful. Combat mechanics and RPG mechanics are a lot lighter. It's very hard to say if $60 is worth it. I've played it for about 2 hours. It's fun. I can tell you that for nothing. It's fun. It's enjoyable. So I'll find out, I guess. Wukong is Donkey Kong on acid. Having a slow, bad day. Why did no one point out that everything needs to be 7-star, not just the Sith? What are you talking about, Burrito? Do you mean in general? In general? In general, everything needs to be 7-star, yeah. You wish they would have included Barriss with the Jedi Lightspeed bundle. I wish they would have included Jedi Knight Guardian and Jedi Consular. Sith ships. Are you talking about the Leviathan mission? Yeah, you need the ships. You watched some gameplay and it seemed like a cut and paste reskinned single player fighting game. Yeah, it's pretty much it. Like the depth in combat comes from all the other stuff that you do. Like you've got spells and various other abilities that you use and souls that you absorb and stuff like that. Like I said, I've played it for a couple of hours. It's hard for me to give an overview of it so far. Do you think you'll ever do a Minecraft stream? I've never played Minecraft, so probably not, FN? Probably not. I say I've played Minecraft once with my younger brother for about 20 minutes. Although I know that Minecraft is very popular. For sure, Art. You could be there for the rest of the year, getting through BG3. God damn, these mods are taking forever to actually equip. I think it's because I have too many mod sets. Let's go ahead and delete a few. Delete a few that I no longer need. Yeah, I don't need those. I don't need mod sets for the Jar Jar event anymore. I don't need my old TW mod sets. I don't need a Tuscans mod set. Alrighty. More equipping. It would be his craft, though. Finding back trying to finish that too? Yeah, I feel that. Getting your ass kicked in the Elden Ring DLC? I started a new save in expectation of Elden Ring DLC, and I never got to it. Can't remember how far I got. I know I did all of Raya Lucaria. And I know I can go and see Radahn at this point, so I can access the DLC. I think I have to beat General Radahn first. Spending your Cantina... You were spending Cantina energy on signal data for a month, and I still needed 2 stars for the Ebon Hawk. Spent 1k crystals to get Leviathan to 40 out of 80. Gotcha. I see. Because you didn't have the 7-star ship. Yeah, you need the ships too, buddy. You've become addicted to the game. Good. It's a game well worth being addicted to, I feel. Hey Antonio, how you doing today? I'm good. So I apologize for the slow start today, guys. I know all we're really doing is looking at my face, but it's because I need to get this mod set sorted. And I had to wait until now to do this mod set because of the wonderful things that I don't know. Because I was waiting for Captain Enoch to get to 7 stars so I could take him to Relic 7 so I could equip his mod set so I could use him in GAC. Hey, Born, thanks for the resub, brother. 6 months. Bringing us one step closer to this guy over here. R9 Cup. I think we need another 70-odd subs. 68 subs, baby. Triple refresh Cantina for a week on Relic Max. Got QA duo from R5 to R7 just in time for GAC and Duel of the Fates event tonight. Good stuff, Tickle. I do like Soulsborne's game. Yeah. I played a lot of... I don't think I platinum Dark Souls 3, but I beat all of the bosses in Dark Souls 3 a couple of times. And then Elden Ring I'd completed. Not sure how many hours I put into that, but I did a couple of runs of Elden Ring. Start enjoying TB as I'm just autoing most battles. That's the secret. That's the secret. TB is one of the game modes that gets more enjoyable the more stuff that you have. The bigger your roster, the more you actually enjoy it, because you got more toys to play with, and like you said, you can just start autoing stuff, which makes it far more enjoyable. Okay, so nearly halfway there to the modding. Don't mind me, I'm just having a bit of the boogie. Newish player here. When does the next Conquest start and how long do they run? So, Navs, welcome. Newer player. Conquest. Conquest runs every 2 weeks. So we've just finished a Conquest. So it will not be this Monday. Or the next Monday. The one after. Irradiated Lime. This ain't just for a queue skip. This is also a thank you for your videos. They've helped me quite a bit since I've started binging them lately. Oh, thank you, Irradiated Lime. Have you filled out the roster review form as well? Make sure you do, because I'll need to make sure that you are correctly annotated as a person to do a review for. Get there eventually. Thank you kindly for your kindness, your generosity, and your wonderful message. Thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff. We will get to it soon, guys. I'm just still trying to get all these mods applied. Boom. Who gets the boot on the GG squad if you want to throw in Whatscron? Also, hello there. Hey, Rebel. How you doing, buddy? So you want to put what in with GG? Is this for GAC? That's a tough one. Generally speaking, you want to have GG, you want to have STAP, especially if you've got the Omni on STAP. You want to have B1, you want to have Magna, you want to have B2. So it's kind of very difficult. If anyone, maybe you throw out B1 if you're desperate to have what. I'm guessing you don't have a trench team to use what in. Your roster reviews are closed. You're being baited. You're being baited, Burrito. You hate the current Ewok Galactic Challenge, Dubois? I understand. When will Moz be released as another lifter for GL Ray? Moz? Who's Moz? Or do you mean Maz? Maz Kanata? Maz Kanata. I don't know. Probably never. Well, I won't say never, because there's no such thing as never in Galaxy of Heroes, but it just doesn't feel like it'll be anytime soon. For GAC, I don't have STAP up and running, or even have Trench. Okay, well, there you go, Rebel. There you go. So you'll go GG, Watt, B1, IG, well, Magna Guard, and B2. If you bought a gas bundle, is GG still a worthwhile relic, even if you're not close to STAP? Yeah, you'll want it for the Malevolence, regardless. 7-star Piet today. Congrats, Caleb. Evening, Shaz. No worries, Rebel. Current GC is a strange one. Got the stealth feat with Darth Maul lead. This makes sense. Not losing anyone hurts, as right near the end someone dies. It's brutal. It's brutal. Who did I use to... Phoenix. Phoenix, I think I used to get no deaths. Is that right? I feel like that's right. How do you fill out the roster review form? Follow the link and write your name in, Simon. Follow the link and fill out the form. It's like 2 questions, 3 questions, 14 questions. It's an essay. It's a 2,000-word dissertation. You actually found the current GC pretty alright. R5 CLS team could easily beat tier 10 without losing anyone, and the Ewoks on lower tiers could get the 8th crate. I mean, yeah, if you're not going for red box, it's pretty straightforward. Boom. If I enter for a free roster review now, will I reappear next stream? Will I appear? It depends, Ultimate, how we get on. How we get on. The roster, the people, when you sign up, essentially you're only signing up for today. I don't keep the lists because that then becomes a right hassle for me to try and go through and check, is such and such here, is such and such there. Now, what I can do, if people want another method of getting roster reviews done, is I can have a static list where you can sign up on my Discord, and then we can go through them systematically and stuff like that. But that would basically invalidate a lot of these streams, you know what I mean? Not invalidate a lot of these streams, but I don't know an effective way of doing this. I don't know an effective way of doing it, basically. We also require 3 references. Notarized, of course. Of course, Wolfie. Of course. We're nearly done over here, guys. Nearly done. Boom, 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 boom. You can submit the review request now, Con, if you want. I'm just not starting them yet. Got them at 7 stars, but no Kairos yet. Sticky situation. Ruh-roh. Use more lead for stealth feats. Yep. And then hit C Bane for the rest. Hey Kimmy, how you doing today? Too much wasted time for you, mate, if the names on the list are from another day? Well, that's my issue, Shaz, is I don't want these roster reviews to turn into me shouting out, are you here? You know what I mean? Is such and such here? Is such and such here? And then, you know, waste 6, 7, or 8 minutes, and then people will be asking, where am I on the list, and all this sort of thing. It's not given information that we already know, per se, Dubois. But it's information that we would get to know anyway. Very, very soon. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you, buddy. Roll call reviews. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be shouting out. I don't want to be going, Dubois, are you in the chat? You're up for a roster review. And then waiting 30 seconds, then moving on to the next person. And then people will say, oh, was I on the list? And then I'll have to go back to the top of the list and say, oh, yeah, you were here. Doing that every Tuesday is going to be a nightmare. Do. You could do like a one-stream grace period, like I do. I love it. I do. I love it all the time, Linky. Beulah? Buela? Abuela. All of these farms make me feel like I'm going to be a while before I go for your third GL. Yeah, that feeling, the only time that feeling goes away is when you finished all the Galactic Legends. And that's a really nice feeling, by the way. When you finish off all the Galactic Legends, you're like, I'm officially done with all the Galactic Legends. That's satisfying, bro. That's real satisfying. How else could you do all those Galactic Challenge vids? I mean, you know what I mean. I've got patience of a saint. And apparently I've got a brain that can deal with monotonous, repetitive tasks. That's just how we roll. That's how we roll. Are you in the boat of thinking that the Gungans will not be worth it after the raid ends? No, Justin, not really. The Gungans are a good PvP faction. I think when the raid ends, they're not going to be a priority. That's the only way I could put it, realistically speaking. As it stands right now, we should still have the raid for another 5 months or so. 5 or 6 months, maybe. So right now, it's definitely still worthwhile, you know? Because they're very reliable, and you don't necessarily need Jar Jar. In the current meta, they are very powerful in PvP environments, so useful for PvP, but it depends on how much value you place on PvP in general, right? But once the raid goes, there's no real incentive outside of, well, it's better than getting Afra. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like the roster I've been putting together may not have 4 GLs at 5.5 mil, but I have 2 of the best and a very balanced roster. That's good, Tickle. Fun trying to have all the best mods on your characters. Finally ran out of mod materials though. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, it's very easy to run out of mods. Okay, last mod set. God damn, that took ages. Sorry, guys. Do I want your in-game name? Whichever name you'll be able to respond to when I shout out is such and such here. Gungans, yeah, Gungans are a really good team. They're a really good team. I don't think they'll ever not be worth having, but I do think they'll be deprioritized. More importantly, you know, by the time it's getting closer to the next raid, so you know, when we look at like March, April time, we're probably going to be at that point looking at new teams coming out and finding out what the new raid is, right? And at that point, we should start gearing up characters for the new raid, because you don't want to be caught with your pants around your ankles again, right? You know, you want to be able to be in a position to be like, yeah, I want to hit this new raid. I want to be able to hit it hard, hit it fast, hit it hard. You know what I mean? Okay, good. It looks like we're all set on mods. So we're going to load back in. We're going to save our roster once again in GAC. I'm going to climb into first in fleet, and then we're going to start on our roster reviews, guys. Apologies for the delay. Yeah, there'll be a new featured team for a new featured raid. We'll have to roll with that. And, you know, I like to be the kind of guy that jumps in and hits the ground running on a new raid to help us get the max box as soon as possible. All right. Hey, Tractor, how you doing, buddy? New featured team will most likely be GL Ahsoka and Balin. I think it'll be Balin and GL Thrawn. But, yes, agreed. In fact, I think the featured one will just be GL Thrawn. That's where I think it's going. Put this one here. Lord Vader is going to be the featured toon? No. The featured faction has always been a new kit. A new, not necessarily a new faction, but a new character, a new release. Do I have a go for the best way to farm Bronzium Riot Ring? I don't think so. But it's also... it's hard to say, you know, this is the best. There's not much to it, you know? It would be like a 30-second video. Oh, apologies, guys. I've not swapped over. My bad. Sorry, guys. Wasn't paying attention. That's not like Scribble. That's not like Scribble to not pay attention. Can I have the attention of the class for 1 second? Bam, bam, bam. Nice. Get that turn meter generation, boy, I tell you. You think there'll be a GL Thrawn by February? I think there'll be a GL Thrawn by about March, April. Yeah. And I expect us to have this new raid around that sort of time. Yeah. I wouldn't be too terribly surprised. Yeah. I don't think the raid will be February personally. I think the raid will be like March, April time. Something there or thereabouts. Okay, so we've re-signed in to GAC, right? Yeah. Any guesses on the new raid, Peridea? Yes. Con, I've said it a couple of times, but I believe that the new raid is going to be escaping Peridea. So you'll be fighting... I'm hoping you play as the Imperial Remnants and the Night Sisters. And you are fighting off Ahsoka, Sabine, Hu Yang, Ezra in exile to escape the planet Peridea on the Chimera. So that's what I hope the raid to be. Because I think it sounds pretty cool. We get to play like as the evil people for once. But who knows? Who knows? I could be completely wrong and it might have nothing to do with it. Could be something completely random. Hang on, there's no shots. Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. Wah wah. There we go. Cool. I want him to be, because that's going to give me a reason to get him immediately. Really think it's going to be Ahsoka and Balin. Okay. Yeah. Like, it could be, but I don't think it will be. Like, if anything, it'll be Balin. There's only ever one featured faction or featured unit. So if it's going to be something, it'll be Balin is the featured unit. But then if it is, it's quite likely that you're able to use Ahsoka characters. Do you think there will only be 3 R9s for Ahsoka? I think it's likely, yeah, Josiah. I have enough for 3, but if they add a new one, I'll be screwed. Raid tend to follow the protagonist. They do indeed, Wolfie. Shin Hati come in before Christmas? Yeah, I think so, Tommy. All right, okay, cool. Seeing as though we're good now. We're first in fleet. I'm going to bring up my roster review list, and we're going to start going through all of those premium roster reviews. So bear with me. obviously it's order of first come, first served, and then it's order of priority. So anybody that's made donations, you will obviously be going first. So I'm just going to filter first and foremost. Just going to show by yes. Boom. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the priority roster review right now. Let me just double check all that. Irradiated Lime, Born Gino. Okay, so Jack Kenobi. Jack Kenobi, are you in the chat, buddy? Didn't we have multiple featured characters this raid too? Padawan, Obi-Wan, Quadmate? No. We had one. We had Jar Jar. Well, we had Gungans as the featured faction. Queen Amidala and Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon Jinn were highlighted as units that perform very well in the raid, but they were not the featured faction of the raid. Did I bump me on the priority list? Tren, you are literally like second. Let me double check that. Yes, you are second, Tren. So, Jack Kenobi, Tren, Irradiated Lime, Tommy, and then Born. Good stuff. They are hero units, yes, but a hero unit is not the same as the featured faction. Okie dokie. So we need to get our little text up here. We've got our 6 minutes over here. Move this just over here. Actually, let's make sure that we have our roster review sign up. Roster reviews are officially open. They do get extra benefits. Absolutely correct. Do. All right, cool. So let's have a look. I just need to turn this fan on because my room is heating up nicely. All right. Okay, so away we go. Jack Kenobi. Jack Kenobi, what are you saying, buddy? Working on Jedi Knight Luke and Jabba next. Any tips? Any tips to working on those characters? 5.8 million. You've got Executor. All right, cool. So, 2 GLs at 5.8 million. Already got Executor at 7 stars. Your roster's in a very nice place. That's the first thing I'd say. Working on Jabba the Hutt right now is probably ideal for you. Not because of where your roster is necessarily, but because you're able to get to the top of Fleet Arena Shard and you've already got most likely what I assume to be Lightspeed Bundle Galactic Legends. So getting Jabba the Hutt is the best thing for you just because it's going to be giving you that opportunity to gain access to Smuggler's Run 2, and you're able to increase your mods, overall mod score and stuff like that through those additional calibration materials. So number one, fully support you going Jedi Knight Luke into Jabba the Hutt. Now, there are obviously a number of requirements that are going to be tricky, stuff like Wampa and Hermit Yoda and stuff like that on your part to get Jedi Knight Luke, but I'm not sure where you want my guidance from here. When you say any tips, do you want tips on where to go after you've done Jedi Knight Luke and Jabba, or do you just want general advice on the actual event or farming? So let me know in the chat, dude. Let me know in the chat, and we'll I'll tailor the advice as best as I can. They get extra benefits, yeah. Yep. Gungans can also alter the raid, which is the best part. Absolutely, they can indeed. Peridea raid might be rough requirements-wise since we don't have any older content from that era. Absolutely. But you'd have stuff like Stormtroopers, most likely, some of the Night Sisters that are older, you know? Where to go after? Okay, thanks, Jack. Appreciate you, my dude. Okay, so you'll be in a position where you have 3 Galactic Legends and 1 capital ship, right? So by 1 capital ship, I don't obviously mean just the 1 capital ship. I mean 1 endgame capital ship in Executor. So you can either choose to focus on building out your raid teams or pushing further within that top-end meta, as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't necessarily start pushing you down the route of go ahead and get, like, Gungans unless you really want to perform well in the raid, or go in to get CLS teams or anything like that, okay? So your options here, your best fleet to go for, if you were to go for a fleet, is going to be Leviathan at that point. That's sort of your long-term farm. But bear in mind that in a couple of months, you may well be seeing a new Galactic Legend fleet come to the game, probably around sort of March next year. So keep that in mind if that's a bit expensive for you. there's probably going to be a newer, bigger, and better ship on the horizon, mid-term horizon, right? If you don't want to push for Leviathan, then I can recommend going ahead and getting these guys. Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon Jinn. You don't necessarily need to get those guys up to Relic 9, but getting them, and I don't know where you are on your Queen Amidala farm, I don't know how much you were able to get, but getting those up to at least Relic 7 will at least help you get a lot of rewards from their assault battle for just a 2-character investment that can also feed into raid teams as well. Very worthwhile doing. Now, I'm always somebody that advocates going after the top end first, so always working on Galactic Legends, always working on Legendary units, always working on Legendary capital ships. There's value in you getting Profundity, but realistically, Leviathan takes precedent over that. You can try and push in to get the the Chimera counter. So we're talking about, getting the Scythe together, getting TIE Defender, working on that Chimera team. Unfortunately, though, that does require a few Conquest units, and it does require Inquisitors. So it depends on where you want to go from here, Jack. Pushing into raid, your best bet is getting Gungans and Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, and Queen Amidala. If not, you can push into the line of getting Maul, Sidious, and Newt. That's a trio team that can score, depending on how far you take it, 1.8 million, 1.2 million, and they are all requirements for other Galactic Legends or ship farms. So it's always a worthwhile investment. How long is the roster review list? As long as my arm. Let me have a look, buddy. I'll have a look for you. I'll have a look for you. Bow, 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 bow. It's about 33 people in the list at the minute. 33 in the list right now. Alrighty. So, Jack, you let me know, buddy. You let me know. But yes, definitely can advise going for, if you're not going for raid, you have to think about, are you trying to get yourself into a better guild? So it's either going to be raid or TB. TB would obviously be stuff like Jedi Knight, Cal Kestis, and Inquisitors to get Reaver. Then it will be stuff like Bo-Katan, Mandalore to try and help unlock. So you're either, if you're looking for better guilds, you have to think about raiding. Raiding is going to be Gungans or Queen Amidala or Maul. If you're looking for guilds, you're also looking at unlocking things. So it'll be Zepho, Mandalore, and Reaver, depending on your goals. So that means, Bo-Katan, Mandalore, Jedi Knight, Cal Kestis, and Inquisitors. If you're looking to stay at the top of the meta in GAC and stuff like that, you want to be getting stuff like Leviathan and Galactic Legends before anything else. Does that all make sense? I hope it does. I hope it makes sense, boy. But, just taking a look over here, let's also have a look. Do you have Zori, first and foremost? I always forget, Zori's got a double I, not a double R. Zori, okay. I mean, if you have the freedom, maybe take her up into Relics. Relic 3, Relic 5 sort of period, and you will be okay with the second Resistance team there. It's not terrible. You've already got the OG Finn Zeta, so that's already half the battle done. All right, good business, Jack. Thank you for the roster. It's looking good. You're in a good place for under 6 million GP. I particularly like how much investment you've put into your Executor already. Keeping the top of that fleet arena will pay off in the long term because you'll be getting that 400 crystals every day. Good business, my man. Good business. Keep it up. All right, so next on the list is Tren. Tren Bologna Sandwich. Does anyone know if the Lumi team is also good without a Zeta? No. Well, you need the Zeta if you want to try and max score it, buddy. Tren. The wonderful, wonderful man we do call Tren. Are you here, good Trenulus? Trenulus. Who's Zeta and Omicron should I go after? First Trail or Savage? It depends on the status of your triumvirate. Savage can operate as a solo. Thank you kindly, whoever that was. Allow me to see who that was. Chewy, thank you so much, buddy. Make sure you do fill out the form as well, good sir. All right, good business. Okay, so Tren. What's Tren saying? Let's have a look at Tren's account over here. Tren says, profundity tunes are at requirements. Unlock it next time the event rolls around. Current focus is Queen Amidala trio to Relic 9. Then what? Thinking possibly Inquisitors. Have Reaver just sat there. Oh god, you're one of those. One of those freeloaders. Also, nice for the fleet since I have Scythe sitting there as well. Not too far away from the lair. Okay, so you're waiting for Profundity unlock. That's fine. You are then going to take the Queen Amidala trio to Relic 9. That's great. It's a worthwhile investment if you ask me. 7.8 million, already focusing on the raid. Good business, good sir. Look at you over here. Look at you, all of these Galactic Legends. You've got 6 GLs at under 8 million. You're about to unlock Profundity. You're also working on a Queen Amidala. You've got Executor sorted. You're Mr. Big Bollocks, aren't you? You're Mr. Big Bollocks over here. What a good account. What a good account for under 8 million GP. Hats off to you, good sir. Hats off to you, good sir. Let me just get everybody's chat back up. You're also slow farming Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Rex for the guild as well. Good stuff, Tren. Good stuff. So, I guess my question to you is, what is actually your focus? Is your focus to perform better in the raid, or is it around GAC growth and development? Because you're doing the Queen Amidala trio, so you're taking them to Relic 9, which means you're interested in getting a 3.6 million team. Is your guild trying to push for a certain box, and do you hit anywhere near the amount of raid points required for your guild to hit that box? So, you know, whatever target they're hitting, divide that by 50, add a little bit of a buffer. Do you hit that target already, or will you hit that target with R9, Queen Amidala, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, and Padawan Obi-Wan? So let's see where you're at. Okay. Okay, so 2 stars left on Master Qui-Gon. And 1 star on Padawan Obi-Wan. Okay, that's fine. This makes sense. This makes sense. So basically, yeah. If your focus is the raid, then you could do Gungans. You don't need Jar Jar, so don't worry so much about that. But if not, you can also focus on the Sith one, which is just going to be, you know, Sidious, Darth Maul, and then either Newt Gunray or Stap. Okay? Either one of those will work out. Now, Stap is also a Cantina farm, so that will delay stuff like getting relic signal data. But, you know, Maul, Newt, and Stap, Maul, Newt, and Darth Maul are all requirements at Relic 7 for one thing or another, either for Lord Vader or for capital ships or whatever you need, you know? So those investments are never wasted, and they can still get you at Relic 7. They'll get you 1.8 million. Yes, it does require some deep modding and a bit of good RNG, but it gives you that option for further performance within the raid while still also working towards Lord Vader, for example, right? GAC, your guild is shooting for the 4 million per person in the raid, but I'll be well above that with armor. Yeah, absolutely. You'll be smashing well above that. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the raid so much. If you're thinking about just GAC, I would say that the biggest gap in GAC is obviously going to be Leviathan. Leviathan, in my opinion, Leviathan will give you more benefit than Lord Vader or potentially Leia will. I think actually, given those 3 as the last big farms, you say you're about to finish off Profundity, Leviathan should get you more victories in GAC than either Leia or Lord Vader will give you. Okay? None of the options there are bad farms, but if I was to give it an order, I would say Leviathan, Leia, then Lord Vader, unless you are very, very close to one of them, in which case you could just push that a little bit further and get that unlock done. And you did say you were considering working on Quisitorius, right? It's just sad to see a level 1 Reaver, man. Sad to see a level 1 Reaver. I'm like, oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. Thank you, big old Caleb, as well. Sign up for a roster review. Trying to move up the list. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. You're super far from Leviathan, so I've been putting it off. I've told myself next meta fleet I'll force myself. Well, I mean, Tren, if you are concerned about that, like I said, my assumption is around about March next year we're probably getting a new fleet. We're overdue a fleet. Normally it's around this time, but there's no way we're getting a new fleet right now. Normally we would see multiple ships come out. So if you see some new ships coming out, most likely means we're getting a new fleet meta, but we haven't had any new ships since January with the comeuppance, and we're not getting a new resistance fleet. So If you want to delay the Leviathan, then you can. But unfortunately, the way it is, Leviathan wins GAC matches by being a pain in the arse. More so than having Leia. And in the current meta in GAC, to win GAC matches, it's done on efficiency. Leia loses to Rolo at the moment. Lord Vader loses to Bo-Katan and to Fennec and to, half a dozen other things. These things don't hold on defense. Yes, they can give you additional firing power on offense, which is always nice. But there's only limited number of fleets. The number of fleets are very, very small. And it's the power divide is pretty big. So it's why I recommend going down that route rather than going for another GL at this point. But you don't have to do that. Of course you don't. You could wait for the next fleet meta. But the next fleet meta might be even, harder to achieve. We don't know. And we described that would tick me off if he was in my guild. Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with going for Inquisitors. That will help your Chimera fleet, like you said. It'll give you Scythe. You'll have the Interceptor. And that's another great counter. Really, that's an offensive fleet. And a fleet is probably where you're missing the most. So if you really don't want to go for Leviathan, maybe go for the Chimera. Just to give yourself that extra toolbox in your arsenal, Is it worth gearing Bad Batch for the Marauder? You don't have to gear the whole Bad Batch. There's nothing wrong with you gearing Bad Batch, though. Because the Marauder only takes 3 Bad Batch, and you could get them to Relic 5, and then that's going to be the requirements for Lord Vader anyway. They are very Cairo heavy. Very Cairo heavy. So it's up to you, really. You could strengthen your Negotiator fleet. If you happen to have a high Relic Plo Koon, then I would probably lean more into Bad Batch. If not, I would say go for the Inquisitors. They're a better team overall. And that's going to do it for you, Tren. You've got an awesome roster, dude, for under 8 million. Awesome roster. Good business, Tren. Good business. Can see you climbing into Kyber very, very soon. All right. Back over to the roster reviews. Who's next on the list? This priority list is getting bigger and bigger. Not that I'm complaining, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Irradiated Lime, you're up next, good sir. Are you in the chat? The Chimera fleet is very, very good, and it's a lot of fun as well. It's a lot of fun watching the TIE Defender come in and one-tap people for 200,000 damage. Just brep, and people die. Good stuff. I was in Kyber 3, but I don't really do 3v3, so I dropped. Ah, okay, good business, good business. How'd you get onto the list for the roster reviews? There should be a link pinned in the chat. John, follow that. It'll open up a Google form. You just fill out the form and it adds you to my list. Anybody can come to the list. It's a first come, first served basis. Anybody that makes a donation, either through PayPal, Super Chats, bits, that sort of business of minimum of £5, gets to go on a priority list and you essentially skip the queue. Okay? TIE Defender, go Bert. Enemy, go poof. Yeah. Okay, before we actually begin Irradiated Lime, let me go grab a drink because I'm parched. 1 second, I'll be back. Hey, Jiggity. How's it going? All right, we're back in business. We're back in business. Sorry about that. Scribbles is in the toilet. Did I fall in the toilet? I was getting a drink, guys. Getting a drink, not on the toilet. All right. Okay, so, irradiated lime, good sir. Have the amount of mistakes I've made permanently bulked up my roster? No such thing, good sir. No such thing. 5.7 million. You can't have a bulked up roster. You've got slacker. You've got slacker. So, oh, whoops. I accidentally jumped the queue up there. Right, okay. So, let's first and foremost, let's check out your roster over here. We've got Negotiator, we've got Chimera. 5.7 million. Yeah, we would like to try and push for something like Executor just to get you climbing a little bit higher in fleets. You've got Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You've got some good Omicrons. This is not a bulked roster. You're talking about you've got good GAC Omicrons. You've got some good characters here. Don't get me wrong. This isn't like a top-end, super lean, meta-heavy roster. But you could definitely do worse. You could definitely do worse than this. Like, for one, you've not got your Ewoks geared. I hope. Okay, you bought a Lightspeed bundle. I'll let you off. You've not got your Jawas geared. See? It's not a bulked roster. You're doing fine, brother. Ewoks, goddammit. Hey, Vash, how's it going? You can't have a bulked up roster unless you've drunk from the toilet. Don't advise it. I don't advise it. I don't advise it. So, yeah. Basically, all you're really lacking here is height in your roster. You're missing out on some of the top-end teams. They're very heavy meta characters in the game. You don't have any of those GLs, really, outside of Slacker. You don't really have any of the good capital ships. This is not a problem. I'm not saying restart. There's no point in restarting. You can just farm things that are important, okay? What you happen to farm is really entirely up to you, but if it were me, I would focus exclusively right now on getting the Executor. Get the Executor, get that capital ship as far progressed as you possibly can, and then slip out of Executor into something more valuable. You could dip your toes in and get C, or you could start working towards something more valuable, like Jabba the Hutt, for example. You obviously know how to farm characters, because you do have legendary units. Nothing wrong with that. You've got Darth Revan, you've got Darth Malak, you've got Jedi Knight Revan, you've got Traya, you've got CLS. So you've got some good teams, so you understand the concept of how to unlock a legendary unit. You just need that focus. You need that focus and direction, that's all. Speaking from experience? No, not at all. You're proud to have an R5C3PO, but not a single Ewok above Gear 9. Well, that used to be very, very difficult. That used to be very difficult until Nisa came in and made the C3PO event an absolute doddle. I think I did the C3PO event with a Gear 11 Nisa with no mods. And it was just like auto. It's so stupid. So yes, irradiated lime. What are you saying? What are you saying? Where do you think that you want to? Well, I mean, I know where I want you to progress, and it will require a little bit of additional gear on this Piet. See, you've got investment in some good teams, and you've got some really good Omicrons. I would advise against, in future, I would advise against this, like, just gearing stuff up. You've got a little bit too much bloat going on here. Not that, there's nothing wrong with gearing these characters, but there's a little too much Gear 12 characters going on. You don't need to Gear 12 these characters. Did you also get the Rey Lightspeed bundle? Hey, MJ, thanks for the resub, brother. 14 months, my dude. Yeah, it looks like you did actually get the Rey Lightspeed bundle. So, you know, maybe just focus on getting this done first. Get that second GL, then push into Executor. Finish Rey, Executor, go from there. Maybe dip into C, maybe start thinking long-term and going in for Jabba, okay? You did, yes. Good stuff. So, yeah. Definitely. And I can see you've bought a couple of the Lightspeed bundles, and that's great, because that's going to bulk out your roster quite a bit. But you just don't need to, like, stuff like HK at Gear 12, and I know you needed some of this most likely to try and get your Malak unlocked and things like that. But, like, you just, this staging point here, Arc Trooper, have you unlocked gas? Did you get the 501st pack? Okay, so no gas just yet, but you've worked on the clones. Are you working towards unlocking gas right now? Let me just check your separatists real quick. Separatists are there. So this, I think you might have bought the gas pack. So I think you've bought a couple of the good Lightspeed bundles. Which is fine, but again, this is it's great because it will give you a 7-star negotiator and stuff like that. But the problem with the gas team is even when you get all those unlocks, there's still quite a ways to go. You still need to actually gear Relic Zeta. He's a quadruple Zeta character. You need to gear Zeta and Relic him and all of the 501st that you don't get as part of that. So you need to do Arc and Echo and Tech, Rex and 5s. All to like minimum sort of Relic 5 to probably get the use out of him. And that's 5 characters that you could have reliced towards a Galactic Legend or a capital ship. And he's a great character. He's a really fantastic team. He is. But you can get bigger fish. It's definitely still worth that pack, though. So, yeah. I just realised we're out of time. Yeah, this is not a failed roster in the slightest, good sir. Finish off your Ray. Get Executor. Circle back round. Maybe at that point you want to finish off your gas farm, okay? All right. Good stuff, Lime. Good stuff. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate your support. So, next up on the roster review list is Tommy. Tommy, are you around, good sir? I hope so, because you paid for a roster review. Tommy. Did you miss out a number? I think you missed out a number in your ally code, buddy. Help me out here, Tommy. You missed out a number in your ally code. Two 96797 797. Tommy, we sorted. We sorted. So somebody just donated. Thank you, Connie. Hey, Thatcher. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, good dude. Bigger fish, like Adrad, think bigger. Well, it's either 1 to 9. You can just guess. Well, MJ, of course I could just guess, but it's I don't know what position of the ally code number is missing. There could be a billion different combinations before I got his roster review. God damn it. God damn it, MJ. There are 9 digits. There are 9 digits in an ally code. If he's missing one, it could be any one position of those 9 digits. God damn. It's only one of 9 options. No, it's not. I don't get a drunk roster review. I think that would be fun. It would have to be like on an off week of GAC on a Friday, and it would be shots and roster reviews, I guess. Shots and roster reviews. But it's midweek. I ain't doing that crazy stuff today. Okay. So, here's Tommy. What's Tommy saying? Tommy's saying, have switched to a Lord Vader farm. Is this a good idea? No idea just yet. Taking a look at your account, 10.4 million. You've already got Executive Profundity and Leviathan. Super. Fantastic. Smashing. On your account over here, you've got basically everything apart from Leia. Okay, so when you say switched, I assume you mean you were working on Leia and now you've gone for Lord Vader? At the point your roster is at, like, don't get me wrong, in my opinion, Leia is a better GL than Lord Vader to have in your roster. The benefit of Lord Vader is he does give you quite a good, quite a healthy stable of characters, right? You get some good stuff out of it. Bad Batch, for example, helps out your Negotiator quite well. You get a Padme up to Relic 8. You've managed to get yourself stuff like Newt, which helps out in the raid and things like that. But Leia is also probably a better GL overall, right? I've just been putting off Lord Vader. Oh, okay, you didn't mean switch. You've just been putting off Lord Vader for so long. Okay, no, nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong with you going all in and getting Lord Vader right now. So let's actually take a look. And what I really should do is Phoenix. That'll be easier. Okay, so you've already got a Relic 3 Captain Rex. like the distinct lack of Zetas and no army on Captain Rex makes me very sad. But that being said, you're not massively far away, I take it, from... well, no... Oh, there she is. You're not massively far away from Leia. I would just, genuinely, I would just finish off Lord Vader and get Leia. Now, I don't know what your other focuses are. Are you focused on getting fleet done? Are you fleet done? The raid done? Or are you focused on purely GAC incentives? Are you focused on getting stuff done for TB? Have you got the likes of Bowmando? So, I mean, these are the little gaps in your roster that will help round you out in all game modes. So getting stuff like Bo-Katan Mandalore. I don't know if you've got Jedi Knight Cal. You probably would have at this point. Yeah, Jedi Knight Cal is done. Your Inquisitors are done. Relic 9 on your Reaver. Look at you. Look at you, boy. You're happy with the R7 Gungans and Queen Amidala for the raid? Yeah, fine. So R7 is what, 1.8 million? And your Gungans giving you an extra 1.8 million, 3.6 million there. And I imagine you've probably got some pretty good Jedi going. R7's here. No Lumi team, unfortunately. So what do you get, like 5 or 6 million in the raid? Could certainly be higher, but if you don't care about the raid and you don't want those juicy rewards, that's absolutely fine. I would say after you finish your GLs, maybe focus on that. But if it's not a priority for you, absolutely, I would say get your last 2 GLs because there's no reason for you not to. That's the top end power that you'll be able to get from it. And then I would probably say that your priority should be getting Bo-Katan Mandalore. You can, if you want to, you could choose to try and focus on getting GL Ahsoka and Balin's Skull. You're at that point where you're close enough to endgame that you can make those decisions. But I tend to avoid recommending people go out for the newest stuff because it's usually the most expensive and we have no idea how powerful it's going to be. Could be really, really broken, or maybe Balin turns out to be about as powerful as Aphra. Still great, but not worth like pushing so heavily into brand new units. Should I forget Aphra? Yes. If, like, as far as I'm concerned, as it stands right now, the very last legendary character anybody should get is Dr. Aphra. And it's not because she's bad. She's very good. She isn't worth the squeeze, in my opinion, until you've basically got everything, as far as legendaries are concerned. Right now, she benefits quite well from the current Datacron set, but so does everything right now. Thanks to the support and the attack again crons. They're so very powerful that they lift up a lot of teams and a lot of units. But yeah, in my opinion, Aphra shouldn't be a focus for you right now. Like, half of her requirements, BT1 and 000 go on her team. So it's not like it's bulking out the rest of your roster. Hondo is okay. I'm sorry, Wolfie. Hondo is only okay right now. He's just not that great, I'll be honest. So he's not particularly worth actually getting and investing in, Who's the last person for Aphra? Who am I forgetting for Aphra, guys? Help a brother out. I can't remember. I can't remember at all. Unfollowed. Sorry, Wolfie. Sana. Okay, yeah, Sana has got she's got a spot in the roster meta currently with the whole Rolo counter. Requires you to put a Zeta on Rolo if that's your thing, but if you really, really desperately want that Leia counter, you could do it. Sana, who is useless? I mean, outside of that Rolo counter to Leia, pretty much, yeah. Lord Vader, Leia, Bo, that's what I would do, Tommy. That's what I would do. You just got 2 ad rolls directly behind each other. Con, Warlock, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry, brother. I don't roll any ads. It's baked into these platforms, I'm afraid. Are we having an acolyte cancellation party? Yay! Turns out the power of many wasn't that strong. There weren't many people in favor of keeping that show around, apparently. Then GL Ahsoka? Well, I mean, it could be GL Ahsoka, it could be Balin. We don't know their efficacy just yet. I can't make a recommendation on those. Like, I imagine we can make assumptions that GL Ahsoka is going to be very, very powerful based on her requirements, but we just don't know. Lord Vader was a bit of a wet fish when he first dropped, wasn't he? So, all right. Cool. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you. Good sir. Good sir. Next up on the list is Born. Born to be wild. So, Tommy. Just having a look. Yep. So it's going to be Born, then it's going to be Caleb, then it's going to be Chewie. All right. So Born first. Dep dep doom. Bap dep doom. Bap dep doom. Bum bottom. Born Jin Ho. 1 second. We did. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I've captured everybody. Yes, done. Okay, good. Good. All right, good stuff. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. So, start this off. Born, 11.4 million. What do I focus on for the next 6 months? Lord Vader Rex are almost complete. So should I finish or hold on for Balin / Ahsoka? Ahsoka? No. Okay, fine. So, 11.4 million GP here. Wonderful. You just finish off Lord Vader here, dude. I'll be honest. There's no point. There's no point in you holding off for the brand new characters. We don't know how good they're going to be. And if you're already there, they're not going to be here for another 3 months, right? As in, they're not going to come into the game for another 3 months. If you haven't already started on, getting the new stuff, you're going to have to wait for these to go free to play farmable anyway, and then farm them through the freeway. So basically, it's going to be another month or two before Night Trooper is even farmable anyway, and then it will probably take you another 2 months on top of that, maybe, to get them to 7 stars. Same thing for Death Troop, and then same thing for Captain Enoch, but that's going to get pushed further and further out. And that's just the current set of requirements. I'm still thinking we're going to get an extra 2 marquees for GL Ahsoka. So it's pushing that date further and further out unless you're willing to whale quite heavily. So, in my opinion, you just finish off Lord Vader, and then you work on these. It's not like you're missing a heck of a lot. They're already gear 11, You just need the stars, and then it's the relic levels when you get there. So we can have a look at your other requirements. So Snips, for example, Relic 6, Commander Ahsoka. You've already R9'd your Commander Ahsoka, Tano. Crazy person, you. Crazy person, you! But I'll let you off. Bonus in your squad arena. No way, True. That's crazy. My head's spinning a little bit. Yeah, so don't worry too much about the new stuff. Don't worry too much about the new stuff. You might as well just finish off Lord Vader. He's still very good to have. After that, you can probably start thinking about the new stuff. There's no reason for you, with the point you're at right now, to not invest in brand new teams as when they come out, right? Obviously, I'm not saying you're going to have to whale. You don't have to whale unless you want to get things very, very early on in the release cycle. So I would just be farming the new character shards as they become available, and then unlock them, a couple of months after release. And that's absolutely fine. It'll get to a point where you're actually able to get them immediately, You can actually get to the point where you're saving up a decent amount of crystals based on your fleet performance and your GAC performance, so that when new characters come out, you're able to take them a couple of stars level further and maybe even start using your crystals then on shipment shards instead of waiting for them to go to a hard node, so you're paying 80 crystals per shard to get them unlocked at a quicker pace. So that's where like the natural progression is towards the end game, is where you can do that and get character releases much earlier, so you can jump on new metas and stuff like that. You're basically getting to that point, but I'd say you might as well just finish off where you are at right now with your Lord Vader farm. What do you do with each of Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Rex? I don't want to take up Bourne's time answering that, so I'll answer it after we've done this review. I guess we're just going to sort your roster upside down to see what you're actually missing. Obviously, it makes sense that the brand new releases over here are not, fully geared up and stuff like that. Brand new releases, not fully geared up. Bo-Katan Mandalore is the only thing that I would say is probably kind of a big gap in your roster. And it looks like you don't have Afra. Now, I'm okay with people pushing out Afra, like I said, to the very end. But Bo-Katan Mandalore is a big deal. She'll help your guild unlock the Mandalore planet. Your guild might already unlock and 3-star the Mandalore planet, but she's also a very good PvP character. So that's another consideration for you. Also gives you Keller and Beck, which is another great TW team, and just a great character in general. So something to think about there. Do you want to sprinkle in getting Bo-Katan Mandalore before you start working on on GL Ahsoka Tano and Balin Skull? Hard to say. We don't know what they're like just yet, but that's really up to you, my sir. Bo took a backseat to the raid. Makes sense. Makes sense. And are you happy with your raid performance? I can't remember if we've gone over this already, but... Oh, look at this Jar Jar Binks over here, Relic 1. Yeah, you're just completely broke on signal data right now. Like a lot of the game right now. Doop, doop, boop, boop, boom. Yeah. Surprising. You're getting 6 million in the raid? Okay, so you do okay. You do okay. But you could certainly be performing better in the raid. R5 on Queen Amidala. That's probably one thing that's holding you back, isn't it? Yeah, so your QA team is only R5, so the maximum you're getting there is 1.2 mil. Your Gungans probably get the 1.8. They're all Relic 7 apart from Jar Jar Binks, who's Relic 1, but you don't need Jar Jar for that team to work. So, yeah, you could score decently there. And then I imagine you probably do pretty well with Separatists, maybe a Keller and Beck team, maybe a Lumi team. Oh, no, you won't have Keller and Beck, will you? Yeah, no, I completely understand, Born. Completely understand. You don't need Jar Jar at all to max score in the raid with the Gungans, which is great. I think it's very well designed for their faction. So, that's... that makes sense to me. There's a highborn among us. Is he high? God damn. God damn. But no, your roster's in a good place. I think really it's just going to come up to with what do you want to prioritize? You could push for more scoring in the raid. You could push for Bo-Katan Mandalore after you're done with Lord Vader. You could focus on brand new releases as they come out. I'm sure that brand new releases probably feels a lot more tempting to you. But my focus would be finish off Lord Vader, focus on the raid if it were me, just because the raid rewards are the best return on investment you can get in the game. And the Queen Amidala team should absolutely be a focus so you can start getting benefit out of Duel of the Fates at the max, okay? Good stuff. Thank you, Born. You're one of the top 3 in the guild. Okay, Born, final bit of bonus advice, get a new guild. If you're 11.5 million, you're basically done with all of the GLs. You're scoring 6 million in the raid, and you are the top 3. You need to find a new guild that does better in the raid. Unless you just like are really super attached to your guild. Get to a better guild. You could walk into a guild that's doing far better. Okay, so next on our list. Oof. Oh my gosh. This, whatever illness I've had recently has just absolutely thrown me for a loop. My back is in bits right now. Back is in absolute bits. So I've got Caleb here, but I don't see a Caleb in the donations. Caleb, can you sound out and tell me where you did your donation, please, buddy? Just triggered your OCD. You don't have all the stars from light side and dark side battles. Yeah, like why would I waste my time doing this? I'm wasting my energy. Thank you for the follow there, Caleb. Your guild is lazy with the raid, and you're an officer. Yeah, find a new guild. Yeah, now there's no... Ooh, what's this? Oh, it's going to be my fleet payout, isn't it? So, yeah, Caleb, you signed up as a priority roster review, but I don't see a donation in the thingamabob. You donated on Twitch. You donated on Twitch. Let me just go through here. Whoa, you don't want to beat the game? Indeed. I don't see anything on Twitch, good sir. Everyone knows you can't win the game until you 3-star all the nodes. Well, indeed. I mean, did you do biddies, buddy? Was it bits you donated? Because I don't see any bits come through. Got 100% the game. Yeah. 2 days. I'm not seeing anything here, good sir. Sia makes a great UFU team with Malicos. Sia absolutely does. 100%. No doubt there. I even read your donation out loud. Did I? I can see the follow. And when I look through, there's an anonymous, which was Jack. New follow, Lando. Born. Anonymous, which was Tommy. Chewy. Oh, okay. Damn it. Yep. Sorry. I see it now. Yeah, that's not Twitch. Apologies. It's not Twitch. That's direct through the stream feed. Sorry, Caleb. Sorry, I was just going a little bit crazy there, buddy. Apologies. I was looking around and I just couldn't see it at all. I don't know why. It's because of the timing, I think. It's because of the timing. I'm sorry, Caleb. Sorry, buddy. Let's yeah, I was looking through the other platforms, but that went direct into the PayPal. Good. Oh, is this your name in game, Caleb? Huberstank? Huberstank. That's a brilliant name. That's a brilliant name. Get all this up. Yeah, man. Isn't that is Huberstank a band? I was not aware. Did I do yours? Zem? Zem? I do not see a Zem just yet. I don't see a Zem in the roster review list at all. Did you fill out the roster review list, Zem? Bum, bum, ram, ba, bum. They're great. Okay. They're thinking about grabbing him for a Ray. It is a band. The reason is you. It's a band, but my name is actually from Huberstank line in the movie Hot Rod. Don't think I've seen that. Don't think I've seen that. You'll have to forgive me, buddy. Okay, let's get started on Huberstank/Caleb's roster review. Okay, apologies for the delay. Just wanted you to see my progress since the last review. You'll have to forgive me, buddy. I won't remember. I've seen a lot of rosters. See what you think about your current plan moving forward. What is your current plan moving forward, Caleb? What is your current plan? So you are currently 5 million. You've got a 5-star executor. That's pretty good. Pretty good going. Got 5-star executor. Looks like you got a negotiator sorted and finalizer. It's good business. We've got Ray and Slacker. So 2 GLs. You've got the Executive 5 stars, so you're probably close to something like C if you wanted to push into getting C, which is also very, very good. Qui-Gon Jinn, Omi over here. Zori Bliss, this is something that you could invest in just a little bit. Get her up to relic levels so that you've got another team. Missing some Zetas, so I imagine the Lightspeed bundles are probably making you a bit Zeta starved here. I can see a couple that are missing off the Supreme Leader Kylo. Well, one's missing off Kylo Ren, but also stuff like the Bag Bros over here missing some Zetas and things like that. Greet Karga, all very well and good. Working on assault battle teams, Veers Troopers, then CLS, then Merrin. I want the assault battle 3-star passive income. Okay. I mean, I've put my feelings on this sort of thing before. Put my feelings out on this sort of thing before. I don't think that getting assault battles done is a bad thing at all. I don't think it is. I think it's very useful to have that income, right? However, I think that you should only be doing that in the pursuit of other goals. So, for example, Imperial Troopers are great because they give you access to 2 assault battles that you can do at CT3, right? Challenge Tier 3. That's great. But gearing these guys should be in service of, I'll go ahead and I'll get Executor because I've got Piet. I'll go ahead and I'll do Veers and Stark because that'll help me get C. And then I can just, if I wanted to, I could gear up Range Trooper and Dark Trooper. Like, range should definitely be a focus here rather than Snow, personally. In my opinion, you shouldn't be forcing yourself to farm stuff like Night Sisters, for example, unless you bought the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle. That's different. Looks like you did buy the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle because that's going to give you that access. You really do need to have Merrin for that. But before the Night Sister bundle existed, I wouldn't say go ahead and farm up your Night Sisters so that you could do Secret and Shadow. I wouldn't say farm up your First Order so that you could do... It's not Places of Power, is it? I can't remember which one it is for the First Order. But I would say gear Slacker. Unlock your Slacker, and then as a consequence of unlocking Slacker, you also gain access to a assault battle. So I'm not against the concept of assault battles, but you're better off securing your crystal income through stuff like Fleet and getting your GLs done first. I know they help. They definitely help get you there, but not as much as earning 400 crystals a day in Fleet does, or getting up to Kyber to earn 240 crystals a day rather than, 180 crystals a day. Instead you get access to 1 extra assault battle a month or something like that, You can get them through getting GLs in general, right? C is the plan after this. It should be close. Snowtrooper Versio, Death Trooper were done before. Okay, gotcha. Hey, Nick. Welcome back, buddy. Exactly, Popper. Exactly. You'll get the assault battle teams done as you farm the top ticket teams in general. I wouldn't say focus on them, and I certainly wouldn't say, focus on an Imperial Trooper team and then go do your Night Sisters and then go do your Rebels and then go do some Jedi that is not part of JML, for example, for Places of Power and that sort of thing. They're good to have. They're always good to have, but they should be attack on addition, not the focus, in my opinion. JML, Jabba, Leia give you plenty. Exactly. So, yeah, very good. Sort out your Imperial Troopers if you want to have that team and get C. That's a nice complementary farm, and it does break up the monotony of just going for Galactic Legend after ship after Galactic Legend after ship for like 8 times. So, yeah, very good. Get your Imp Troopers done, get your C done, then start thinking about where do you want to go next. Do you want to try and get Jabba to get your mod materials, or do you want to start focusing on other areas? Do you want to try and focus on the raid to get raid returns? Do you want to focus on TB to get into better guilds? Do you want to focus on Fleet to get, secure that crystal income and win more GACs? Really up to you. After you've got your Executor, I know it's a big farm, but the Leviathan is still the premier fleet for now. We don't know how long it's going to last. And Jabba is eternal. He'll always be an evergreen GL. So there's a lot of options that you can take down, good sir. Got to pick up your little kid from pre-kindergarten? I know that I've got a number of additional premium roster reviews. I've still got another 3 premium roster reviews, and I think we had over 30 in the free list. So at minimum, you're going to be like 4 away. At maximum, you might be like 26 away. The Slacker DC has carried me higher in GAC than I probably should be. I mean, yeah, Datacrons can do that. Datacrons can certainly do that. Make sure you do focus on getting your Conquest done as far as possible. 5 million GP, you should be able to get some pretty good scores in Conquest now. I have video guides out for all of that Conquest nonsense. Just so you know. Just so you know. But yeah, I think you're in a pretty good place here. This is a good staging ground. You're about to have third GL. Would like to see just a little bit more focus on the fleet. Just try and get that Executor up to 7 stars. It will help. But other than that, you're in a great position, dude, to be honest. Great position, Caleb. We're out of time. Is there something specific you want me to look at your mods? Because mods I could spend 2 minutes on, or I could spend 2 hours on. Probably longer, to be honest, but you've done the form. Be interested to see what you say about my roster. Thank you, Nathan. I need to set up a view-only access to that form. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yours and Sarah's were your main two that watch? Just top-heavy. Okay. I'll check out your Ray and your Slacker. So Ray over here, Relic 7, offense and health sets. 525 speed. The speed's good. The health is middling, but you've made up for it with the offense. So your Ray's modded pretty well. This sort of speed on Ray is pretty ideal. Around the 520 speed, in my opinion, is a good spot to have her. And then typically you have to either focus on damage or health. It's very hard to have good health, good speed, and good damage on a Ray, especially at Relic 7. So around that 11,000 mark is good for Relic 7, truth be told. And around about 180k is good for health. So your Ray's modded pretty well. I like your Ray. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren then. We've gone for speed set, health set. Health, offense, crit damage, speed. Okay. So 551, he's not the fastest in the world for a speed set. You're probably looking like 570 for a really fast Slacker. 120k health is okay, I suppose, at Relic 7. And then 10.5k is fine. 10.5k is fine if you've got a crit damage triangle, which you do. So yeah, your Slacker's pretty good. Pretty good. Could be better, but pretty good. Pretty good. And then I'll just check your speed on your Piet. Your Piet needs a lot more speed. You want him to be like 350 plus. But other than that, your GLs are modded okay. Good business, buddy. Good business. Thanks for the red box again, because I've done probably the last 9 or so red boxes. Ah, good business, brother. What do I think about Luthen? I find he works great from the support Chron and Mon Mothma team. I haven't practiced. I haven't used him at all yet. So I don't know. I've got him unlocked, but I don't have a great team for him. So I haven't put any armies on him. I've just taken him to Relic 3 because I'm holding on to all of my signal data right now. For obvious reasons, I'm trying... Oh, I can get rid of that favorite on Captain Enoch now. Is that worth taking any further? Might get some more defense. Nah, not really. No worries, Caleb. Thank you for your support, good sir. So next up is going to be Theo. Good Sir Theo. So yeah, I'll probably try this guy out in TB. I'm not putting this TB Omicron on him. Not doing that just yet. Curry 9 out of 7 on the Ahsoka GL requirements. Good business, Nathan. Where am I currently? No, that's allies, not Jenny Guide. I am 7 out of 7. So I could be 9. I have the materials to do this, but I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing not to. I have them both favorited. I have the materials. I'm just not doing it. So. But I'm going to get dinner. How far away from a roster review? Antonio, are you on the premium list? Are you on the priority list? Sorry. Because there's one... Currently, we're about to do Chewie, or Theo. There's currently 5 showing in that premium list. And then outside of the premium list, we do have 46 people in that list. Antonio. Okay, you are 18th on that list. But of course, we have people on the priority list that are coming before you. So could be, you know, like 20 plus. So you're a ways away, good sir. You're a ways away. Right then, Theo, are you in the chat, good sir? Plenty of time to enjoy dinner. Indeed, good sir. Tea Chewy. See you in a bit, buddy. Enjoy your food. Ah, TC. That's you, good sir. That is you, good sir. All right. Let's go ahead and check this out. All right, so Chewy is saying, I just need some guidance on where to go. I'm pretty lost. I've bought all the Lightspeed bundles, but obviously have a massive Zeta and Omicron. Yeah, that makes sense. I started years ago and then stopped playing. I reopened your account in February 2024, bought the Hyperdrive bundle and all of the Lightspeed bundles, and I've been working on things from there. Before I came back this year, my account was level 50. Oh, okay, right. So old account that you'd abandoned for years, and then you came back and you just like, I'm taking that Hyperdrive bundle, all these Lightspeed bundles, and boom, you probably got yourself like 4 million GP. That's kind of crazy. I like it. I like it. Big Mama Jama. Just in the process of getting Ray to Relic 9, I got her to Gear 13 and R7 to... Why are you doing... Don't do an R9 Ray. Don't do it. Don't R9 Ray. Like, I want an R9 Ray. I'm 12 million GP and I have an R8 Ray. You need so many Relic 9s. To unlock Profundity, that's 1 Relic 9. To unlock the Leviathan, that's 2 Relic 9s. To unlock New GL Ahsoka Tano, that's at least 2 Relic 9s. Jewel of the Fates, there's 2 Relic 9s there. These are the Relic 9s that you need to do before you start thinking about R9 Ray. Okay? She's great. She's great. She is. But not right now. Not right now. Absolutely finish off getting her ultimate and stuff like that, but don't go jumping on Relic 9 characters willy-nilly. It'll slow you down. Yeah, it's almost like I did a video about it, Scree. Almost like I did a video on it. Then Azeta's going to move on to exec next. My mods suck too. Just general... Yeah, your mods will suck if like most of this account growth is just Lightspeed bundles because you've skipped that organic growth in your mods. Just make sure you are taking the time to triple refresh your mod farms. I did a video on this recently, actually, on how I get speed mods. You might want to watch that for a little bit of context on building up a good mod roster. So, yeah, triple refresh that mod energy because this is a real problem. The big problems with Lightspeed bundles and Hyperdrive bundles and this sort of business is you run out of Zetas, you don't have the Zetas to equip the teams properly, you don't have the Omicrons to fully get the value out of the team, and you will not have the mods to get these teams modded up properly. So you have to work diligently at getting those up. I'm not saying don't buy them, but this is where you'll find the struggle. The pinch points in your roster will definitely be you just don't have the mats, right? So yeah, good. Ray can be R7. You could take him to R8 if you wanted to, but do not R9 your GLs currently. You'll slow yourself down. Okay, so getting Executor, all very well and good. Highly support that idea. In my opinion, the Executor is just a little bit more valuable than going for Profundity earlier. Even though Profundity, I believe, performs better and is more valuable, it's just a longer farm, and it does have a Relic 9. And the character requirements are just not that great. You know, Adrad is just a bit of a disappointing team. I know people love him, and he's got slightly better now with the whole Adrad under Leia team with Adrad and Jin. It's quite a nifty little combo to throw in there, but it's just not super valuable. What's that speed mod video called? Oh, bear with me. I'll find it and link it for you, buddy. I will find it and link it for you. I can't remember what I called it. I'll get it right now because it was fairly recently. Shareable link. There we go. I've posted it in the chat. So it's called Get Faster Speed Mods. I made it pretty self-explanatory. So it's definitely in your interest to focus primarily on fleet right now. You've already got 2 GLs. Executor will then nicely Executor into C. Then you can start thinking about doing additional GLs if you want to, or focus more further on additional fleets. Now, where you go with that is going to be up to you. You can choose to go for Profundity, which is still a very good fleet to have. And that will eat up one of your R9s, gives you some teams and works a little bit towards the likes of JML and Jabba, which is okay. But they're both still very long farms. Thank you kindly, whoever donated just now. Very generous of you. Very generous indeed. Oof. I'm going to have to take some painkillers after this, guys. Give me a sec. The core teams suck a little. Need to relic up my CLS. You can, but honestly, when it comes to that sort of thing, when it comes to ranking up your core teams, as it were, I would only recommend doing that if you need a breather from GL farms and capital ships, okay? There's nothing wrong with the CLS team. It's one of my favorite teams, but unfortunately, a CLS team in the current meta only does some stuff, and some stuff not so great. Not only that, but if you really want a CLS team, CLS has got 3 Zetas. C-3PO's got 2 Zetas. Chewbacca's got 2 Zetas. Han Solo's got a Zeta. 3PO and Chewie's got 2 Zetas. Like, if you want to get the most out of the team, that's 5 characters that you want to take to Relic 5 minimum, probably Relic 7, Relic 8 for some characters, and then a bunch of Zetas on top. It's a heavy investment, and you don't have Zetas to burn right now. So you can get away with less than max Zetas. Obviously, you could get away with the binds all things and hand shoots first and Raging Wookiee and stuff like that. But this is still like, this is digging into a crunch point for you already that could be better served going towards Galactic Legends. So only do it if you just really can't stomach the idea of going for another Galactic Legend. And that happens. Sometimes you need to take a break and a step back from Galactic Legend farms just to keep your sanity and, you know, farm something that you want to farm for a change. This is a game, and a game should be fun, ultimately. Hey, Giuseppe, how you doing, buddy? If I sign for a roster review and you don't get to me, do I need to sign again when... Do I need to sign again when you team roster review stream? Yes. Yes, you will. Yeah. Yes, DRX. The roster reviews don't carry over. Oh, my God. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up there for... oh, gosh, TC. Wrap it up there. If you've got a question, TC, do let me know. But I'm just going to get some painkillers real quick. I'll be back. Sorry about that, guys. Your boy Scribble is in the war at the minute. In the wars. All these rosters are causing scribe pain. Physical pain. Exec, then start next GL. That would be my recommendation, yeah. Exec. Finish off Imperial Troopers, get C. You know, so you can double dip there. Just a little bit. And then from there, think about where you want to go. Jabber is always a priority requirement because it'll just help you with mods, which is a pinch point. But you can choose to do another fleet instead if you want. So do a toss-up on them. Find some teams that you enjoy gearing and enjoy playing with. Try to keep them at least a little bit meta. So talking about your DRs, your General Revens, your CLS if you want, even Bo-Katan Mandalore if you really wanted to. Have those in mind for a passion project for you to enjoy the game a little bit. But yeah, it's a good roster to do. Okay. Put your hand in the box. Pain is in the box. Your pain. Oh, God. If you were in the local to the... If you were local to the West Midlands, I could bring you some kick-ass painkillers. What is it, like some high-dosage cocodamol or something? This illness is just kicking my ass at the minute, guys. It's just kicking my ass. Okay, so... I believe Iron Thatcher is the last of our premium roster reviews. I think somebody made a donation recently. Who was that? I don't think that was Iron Thatcher. Bear with me. Oh, maybe it was. Maybe it was. Apologies. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so Thatcher, you in the chat, good sir. Mr. Iron Thatcher. Oh, no, we had Kader as well. Ba-bam, bam, 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 bam. Dune Clerks mashup humor. I haven't seen Dune, but Clerks is good. Iron Thatcher with the 10.2. We got a big boy on our hands. Oh, we got a badass over here. All right. Let's see. Let's see. So Iron Thatcher is saying, finishing up Profundity and Nubo in a month. Good business. Want to take a relic break on new teams. Take a relic break on new teams. What's a relic break? You want to start investing in new teams, or you want to stop investing in new teams? Looking at continuing shoring up ships, thinking Inquisition, or Bad Batch for Scythe or Marauder. Okay, I support it. I support it. You got Levy already. You probably got pretty much everything at this point. You are missing 2 GLs currently. So what are you missing? Lord Vader, and you are missing a brain fart. JMK. Lord Vader and JMK is not often missed. At 10.2 mil, not having JMK seems very strange. But I will let you off. I will let you off. So yeah, Thatcher, let me know what you mean by relic break. Do you mean not relicking everything all the time? From that context, I know you said you're about to get Bo-Katan Mandalore. Inquisition is like... The Inquisitorius are a really, really strong faction. Are you close to unlocking Reaver, perchance? Hey, Gav, how you doing? Cooking beef ragu tagliatelle with homemade garlic bread and some cheeky, cheesy straws. I don't know what a cheese straw is, but I'm very intrigued. It sounds delicious, Gavstar. Make some for me, please, buddy. Ship it over. Ship it over. Farming what? Took a break. In a small guild, grabbing shards. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so you've just jumped into a smaller guild to get what? Have you already got Kiadi Mundi? Did you buy the recent pack? You got an R5 Kiadi Mundi. I wonder if that's a... is that a Lightspeed bundle purchase? A relic break. I've not heard of a relic break before. I've not heard of a relic break before. But that's fine. Like, do whatever you do. Like, do whatever you need to keep yourself sane in game. I like playing at the high end. At least right now I do. So, like, I couldn't imagine slumming it in a lower guild. I would be irritated with myself. But I get it, you know. Hey, Attic, how you doing, buddy? So, yeah, Inquisitors for you is probably a good idea after you've done your Bo-Katan Mandalore farm. Missing out on Profundity, did you say? Is yeah, you do kind of need it. And the JMK missing is just kind of weird. But I get it. If you would rather just take a back seat and chill and coast for a bit, then you should find things that are fun. Inquisitors might not necessarily be a lot of fun for you, because they are a slow burner team. The Inquisitors are basically shit, and then you get Reaver and they're amazing. So how close are you to Reaver? You say you're going to be chilling in a Geo guild for a little bit. So the Lover Boys and raid stuff killed your inventory? Yeah. We're still on the premium reviews at the minute, Bezad. How long will I still be doing roster reviews? Probably for, I don't know, an hour. I need to do some TB business. So yeah, I would only really recommend investing in I'd only really recommend investing in the Inquisitorius if you're also pretty close to Reaver and still getting her shards, or if your guild is focused on that. I know you said you're slumming it at the minute. What will be finished off then? Plan to jump to a bigger guild mid-October. Mid-October to get real rewards? Okay. And what will be finished then? So I'm assuming you're getting absolutely no Reaver shards right now, so you could probably sack off the Inquisitorius for the time being. Granted, when you go to this new guild, it'll help if you have Inquisitors geared up already, because they'll be expecting you to contribute and pull your weight. And they are a heavy Chirotech farm, and you need to get the whole team, apart from one, to Relic 7. All of them need to go to Relic 5, and then usually you'll drop off second sister. You leave her at Relic 5, take the rest to Relic 7, get Grand Inquisitor, take him to Relic 7, and help your guild get Reaver, take her to Relic 7, 8, 9. 8 max. You don't need a Relic 9 Reaver. He's live! What's going on, Finn? But yeah, that's fine. I got no problem with an Inquisitorius farm. I like how you've got Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan up to Relic 9. I don't know if... Did you do Queen as well? Relic 7 on Queen Amidala. That's okay. So you're getting most of the benefit there out of the assault battle, and then you're getting a little bit of a tertiary crossover benefit then with the raid performance. God damn. My back is killing me. Thank you kindly, whoever that was that just donated, by the way. Nate, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Was looking for something to watch, but never mind, because you're live. Oh, thanks, Finn. Appreciate you, dude. Let's see, what are you actually missing in this roster right now? So, no Afra, and that's totally fine. You don't need to invest in Afra. Luthen, time will tell what value Luthen brings. He's good, but we'll see how good he is. And then, obviously, Nest's day is kind of done, to be honest. The new stuff can certainly wait for you. I guess the only thing I would mention about this is perhaps don't gear these guys up so much. Maybe you did that just for their marquee event to get them to win the marquee event, but I'd advise against just a little bit gearing up characters to like gear 8. Even though it doesn't use much, it doesn't add anything to your roster. You don't get a benefit out of it outside of just GP bloat. If you really care about GP bloat. See, you are nearly done with what is actually the exception? What has value as long as he's got his Zeta? Could be any gear level. So long as the gear level has unlocked the Zeta. But yeah. Okay. No, your roster's pretty solid. You've got a few things that you can shore up on. But generally speaking, yeah, I support the Inquisitor's grind. I think that one brings you more value overall, in my opinion. Bad Batch you can do when you start farming Lord Vader. Like, it does make the Negotiator a lot better, but having the Inquisitors completely opens up the Chimera counter, and the Chimera counter, in my opinion, is more valuable to your roster. All right? Cool business. I've redone my form and tipped on PayPal. Thank you, Nathan. All right. Good business. Let me go back over to those roster reviews. We just did Iron Thatcher. Okay, so we had a donation from... That was really weird. What? That follow notification. Thank you, BatMG. BaitMG. The audio cue for that was really, really strange. Hey, Andrew. How you doing, buddy? Can I pronounce Llewellyn? Yeah. Llewellyn. Llewellyn. Llewellyn and Llewolaf. Yes, I can pronounce it. Thank you for the $2, Andrew. How you doing, brother? So I've got Bro over here that's put himself down as a premium roster review. Where did you donate, Bro? I apologize if I've missed it, but I have to check several different locations over here to try and figure out where it comes from. Thatcher, then it'll be Cater, then Nate, basically. Thank you kindly. Where are you on the list? Warlock, let me have a look at that for you. So if Bro is in the chat, let me know where you've put your donation through, just so I can confirm it. And Cater, I'll check you out now, good sir. Oh, Cater, you're like right at the end, my dude. You're 45th in the list. Out of 54. Ba-ba-da-boo. The tip 2 makes a clan noise. No. So a double L in the Welsh language is one letter. Double L is... It's more like a snake hiss than a cla. It's not a cla. There's no C in it. It's a... So it's you hiss out the side with with your tongue at the roof of your mouth. It's very hard to do if you didn't grow up speaking Welsh because you haven't developed the muscles right in your tongue and the shape. But there's no k. It's not Clywelyn. It's Llywelyn. What does that mean? Llywelyn? Well, Llew, the first three letters, I'm sorry, Lyn or Elin, it doesn't really mean anything. Warlock, sorry buddy, I'll have a look now. So I'm going to have to skip past Bro. You are 27th, Warlock. 27th, Mr. Warlock, sir. Okay, so... hold up. If we're skipping past Bro, because Bro wasn't responding in the chat over there. Nate. Nate, you will be up next, good sir. Were there many tigers to worry about in Wales? Absolutely not. They're usually caged. They're usually caged. But, you know, the English animal, as it were, would be the lion, right? So there's probably a lot of historical influence there. The th sounds apparently called a voiceless alveolar lateral fricative. Is it Anktha? I've never even heard of it. Okay, so Nate, you'll be up next, buddy. Let's just go ahead and grab this. All on the floor, grab that till you get so, grab that. Let me just get everybody's chat back up real quick. How does one get a roster review? There's a pinned chat. There's a pinned link in the chat. Click on that and you can fill out the form and that'll add you to the list. You're new here? Welcome, Attic. No fricatives were harmed in the naming of this sound. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. If you donate, you get added to the priority queue, but it's all free. Correct, Night Fox. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Okay, so Nate, good sir. Good sir Nathan Drake over here. Parvis Sig Magna. Let's see what Nate has requested. Similar size account. Would love to know what direction you take it. Okay, cool. So Nate is just a little bit higher than me. He's got about 100,000 more GP than I have currently. So I imagine, I mean, you can see the fact that he's got an R7 Enoch right out the gate with, of course, the new characters. I imagine Nate has everything. So yeah, all the capital ships. Obviously, he's going to have all of the GLs, and he's got all of the new business. So the only really effective way of looking at a roster this size is to flip it upside down, to have a look and see what is he actually missing. Ugnaught, I'm surprised he's even gear 12. I think Nate has literally gear 12'd some stuff just for the sake of he didn't want to have anything in purple or green gear, and that's absolutely fine. So Hoth Rebel Scout, I mean, there is some use to Hoth Rebel Scout. You're at the point where you could be pushing for brand new stuff. You obviously are. You've got Enoch all geared up. I don't know how you've done with the with Morgan Elsbeth, for example. Yeah, you wailed on Morgan Elsbeth as well. So I think it's safe to say that you're just going to be getting all the new stuff. Obviously, with that in mind, going for new GL Ahsoka, going for Balin Skull is going to be a priority, and it's something that you're able to do and something that you're willing to spend at least a little bit of money in the pursuit of. Outside of stuff like that, because in your position, I would 100% be farming all the new stuff, there's areas where you could shore up teams. So Hoth Rebel Scout, in particular mine for Luthen right now, works very well in a Mon Mothma team, allows that to do some stuff. Technically speaking, Stormtrooper Han can get some benefits with the current Datacron meta. Not a massively important one. I'm not gearing mine personally. The only other one I saw was someone over here somewhere. Oh, Visas Mar. Visas Mar is a very useful unit, in my opinion. She makes a perfect fifth for a Star Killer team and has a very powerful Datacron at the moment. So those are some characters that you could choose to invest in just to up things just a little bit, shore up a couple of teams. Failing that, Juhani for Territory Wars, Star Killer team requires an Omicron, Kira for Territory Battles, Relic 5 and Relic 7, I want to say, maybe Relic 8. She's got special missions within TB, so you can start earning some get currency and things like that for your guild. L3 is a great pre-taunting tank, so has some use, and POW again, with looking back at that Luthen dynamic. Might take us a couple of weeks to figure out, well, probably just one more week really, to figure out where Luthen sits in the meta, particularly in GAC or in Territory Wars, to find out what's the best team for him, how much is it worth investing in him, Omicron-wise, etc., etc. What's the ideal overall team to be having to use him. So, poor Omega, brother. Poor Omega over here. Still at gear 12. Still at gear 12. Yeah, for some reason you were showing on the priority list, bro. I don't know why. It's all good. So yeah, I'm just waiting to see if Nate has said anything in the chat over here. Filled the form out. Good job. Oh, there we go. You get them both. Yeah, she is TW officer. Always wanted me to do that. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, screw Omega. I don't blame you. Mine's Relic 9 because of pain and suffering mostly. Pain and suffering mostly. I can see there seems to be a trend here. Are we just not that Territory War focused, or do you just not give a shit about Territory War yourself? And there's nothing wrong with not caring about Territory War so much. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple of ways that you can go. There's a couple of... from my perspective, there's some small low-hanging fruit, as it were, that you could invest in. Like the R9 bow, that's a big shout. Did you do that for the mission on Mandalore? No, okay. You just really wanted an R9 bow? Nothing wrong with it, per se. Nothing wrong with it, per se. She's a very good unit. All your GLs, apart from Jabba and JMK, are R9, and that's fine. You know, I still think there's value in Jabba. You enjoyed Territory War for the droid brains, but now we can get them from Duel of the Fates event. You can, yeah. It's a bit of a gamble, but you can get them. I'm assuming you've got R9 on those. Yeah. How's your raid score looking? You should be able to get good raid scores. Oh, look at this. Oh, God. Sorry, I saw Relic 9 Jar Jar and Relic 9 Phalanx, and I thought the whole lot were. But, yeah. I thought you were R9ing the Gungans for the raid there. Let's have a look at your Sith then. Okay, yeah, so you do the R7 tier for the Maul Sidious team, I assume, unless you decide to go for the Separatist route and you're using B2 at R8. No, doesn't look like. Okay. You do 12 mil, so more than enough. Your guild probably max boxes the raid then, so that's great. So you don't really need to focus so much on any sort of raid teams. Just new stuff, And a couple of things to plug some holes more than anything. Just having a look through here, see if anything really jumps out at me. No. I think you're fine, mate. I think you're absolutely fine. You're going to have fun. You're in the fun part of the game like I am now, where it's just like any hole's a goal. Any victory. Yeah, good business. Look at that with the triple Omni on Luthen. You'll have to let me know how you use him, dude. And how it gets on. Mods? Sort by speed? Yeah, sure. Obviously, all your GLs are the fastest. Let's see. What is your Lord Vader speed at? 576? Pretty decent. I'm of the opinion that JMK doesn't actually need to be fast at all. I'm quite happy with like a 540 speed JMK that's modded for offense rather than speed. Just my personal take on it. JML over here. 150k, 560. Yeah, pretty decent JMK. Ain't nout wrong with that. Let's check out the Ray. Health. 230, 537. Not how I would mod her. I would get like 12k offense on her. You could probably drop the health down to about 220 and the speed to about 520. That's... I prefer a more offensive Ray. She offends my senses. And Slacker, you've gone for offense and health. 128k, 530. He's got great offense, don't get me wrong. But don't shoot me. I personally think that Slacker doesn't need offense at all. He ramps so much offense through his siphon that I think you can get away with like 11k offense and pump this health all the way up. Like, go for the Calvin route of like 180 to 200,000 health. Sack off the offense and keep him at 530. Just go full health sets. But that's just me. That's just me. And then you can use those offense sets elsewhere. You could throw the offense set on Rey, potentially. Get her offense all the way up. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Who's your fastest non? Ooh, how's your kitty cat? How fast? 379. That's lovely, mate. That is a fast cat. I like it. 379 is stupid fast. They're having some fun in the current meta. And 364 on your Mara Jade. Yeah, you've obviously got good mods in your roster. You've obviously got good mods. Lots of Relic 9s here as well. Lots of Relic 9s kicking around. I like it. It's a great roster, man. Great roster, Nathan. Okay, let me spend this energy real quick. Spend this Agni real quick. That's a faster putty tat. It's a quick putty tat. 6 minutes. 6 minute warning, everybody. Make sure you've locked into GAC. Make sure you've locked into GAC. Warp, warp, warp. GAC locking. Imminent. Get her done. Get her done, boy. I said get her done. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Do bill, bill, bill. Alright, so Kader. Kader, are you around? Kader. Kader is the last on our premium list. Just updated some Datacrons. Good stuff, Ben. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-boom. Let's get her done. Let me see. All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I was just checking some stuff out real quick. So let's have a look and see what Kader has said on his roster review form. I have a guildmate who bought me a lot of the Lightspeed bundles. That's very kind of him. Even though I asked them not to, so now I'm going for JML. Let me know if that's wise. Okay, we can take a look at that. Is it Darth Jar Jar? Is this the correct account, Kader, just to make sure? Because I always have to check when it's, you know, when it doesn't line up. When the name doesn't line up with the in-game name. No worries, Tickle. No worries, buddy. So just double check, Kato, this is you. Not yet, Tickle, no. We're just getting up to the free roster reviews now. We're just getting up to it now, buddy. Okay, good. Thank you, Kato. So, you've been gifted a bunch of Lightspeed bundles, and you're thinking of going for JML right now. I like how these two are relicate. Good work. Good work. 6.4 million. Oh, my back. Okay. So, ships. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't be going for JML. You've got 2 GLs. You really want to get a grip on fleet. Personally, I would go for Executor right now before you start going for another Galactic Legend. Just because a third Galactic Legend isn't going to make as much of an impact to your roster as getting Executor, Profundity, or Leviathan. One of those 3 will give you better performance in GAC and will let you climb higher in Fleet Arena. So, where do you currently sit? 73rd currently. How does the... When you go into your Fleet Arena, what does the top 50 look like when you look at... When you look at the top 50, is everybody in your Fleet Arena running Executor? Is it all running Profundity? Are they all running Negotiator? Get an idea for how far behind you are in the Fleet meta currently. Because if you can climb into the top 10 in Fleet, if you can climb into the top 5, if you can get first, 400 crystals a day is worth far more than an extra GL in your account, in my opinion. Apparently I did anything in the last 22-ish hours. Even no need to resave the... No way, Trodat. Kavoth, why do people love roster reviews so much? I don't know. People like them. People like them. They just enjoy having their current rosters looked at and advice given, I guess. Because what I do is not really a roster review. What I do is roster advice. Opinions are nice to hear, I suppose. Yeah, Twist, I think so. So, yeah, I personally would be pushing for Executor here rather than going for JML. Nothing wrong with JML. JML is a wonderful, wonderful GL to have. But you know, no Jedi Knight Luke currently. Oh, yes, there is Jedi Knight Luke. These new goddamn portraits, I think, are throwing me off. Okay, so you got Jedi Knight Luke, so that's something. Speaking from experience, 400 extra crystal is game-changing. It really is, Jason. It really is. It's like... It's worth more than any assault battle. It's worth more than pretty much anything. It's like a digital car show. Hey, look what I have. You're not wrong, Josiah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, yeah, I mean, you can. I love the fact that you got Boss Nass. Hold up. Look at you. You got Jar Jar already. Get you, bro. I would not have expected a 6 mil account to, you know, have these 2 GLs and also be working on Jar Jar. So at least your priorities are pretty good, because Lightspeed bundles over here, you said your friend bought them for you, so you can probably score relatively well in the raid then. Relatively well in the raid. Raid ready. Yep. It's about content. We all like to talk to our... Yeah, it's absolutely true, Essex. Everybody loves to... Like, how many of you just sit... Like, you haven't got anything to spend in-game, like you don't have gear, but you just sit and you look at your roster, and you scroll through it, and you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, I could do that. Like, I think that's the appeal. People like to do it. My personal take is definitely push for Executor. I don't know how far off you are from Exec. Let's take a look at your bounty hunters. I mean, you know, you're already working towards it. You just need a couple of things here. Sure, your Empire needs some loving, but I would push for Executor before anything else. I want to see more Scribble. My bald head. I had to for the name. You had to what? I've already forgotten what your name is. Darth Jar Jar. That makes sense in my head now. That makes sense in my head now. A plan is coming together in the end. So, you're like, yeah, I'm Darth Jar Jar. I've got to have Jar Jar. That makes sense now. Executive leading to Jabba nicely, then he can get more GLs if he wants to. Yeah. I mean, Twist can do the roster review for you. He knows my thought process. He knows my thought process. I think Executor definitely fills out your roster a lot nicer than getting JML. JML is a great GL. Don't get me wrong. He's a great GL. Very useful to have in anybody's account. But Fleet gives you far more benefit, my sir. Fleet gives you far more benefit right now. You stare at your rosters for hours a day? Yeah. Yeah, I think we all do. We're all addicted, so... Datacrons, how you looking over here? Ooish. I mean, you've got the Slackercron, so I suppose this guy is probably doing some good work for you. Trusty Slackercron. Yeah. I think that's where I would go. You could do Executor, potentially round out your Imperial Troopers, fill out that team, Assault Battle Team ready. Get C, because it'll be very low-hanging fruit at that point, and then start pushing into Jabba to start getting that Smuggler's Run 2. Juicy bonuses. Oh, God. Okay. Good business. Thank you kindly, Kada. Thank you kindly. It's a good roster at 6.4 million. It's really good to see Jar Jar at this stage. I mean, if anything, I'd almost recommend getting them all up to Relic 7 to help raid performance a little bit more, but it's not really a priority. Not really a priority. Okay. Okay. So before we go on with the rest of the reviews, I kind of want to test Enoch in TB. Kind of want to test Enoch in TB. Thanks, Kada. Appreciate you, buddy. So... I'm not sure how they're going to perform on Geonosis. Should we take them into Felucia instead? We could take them into Felucia. I'm just kind of tempted to see what this does. Imperial Remnant. And we could take in Scout Trooper. So I'm only we're only going to do this one battle. We're only going to do this one battle. But I kind of want to. I don't have the TB on me or anything like that. I just want to see how these guys perform. Just want to see how they perform. So let's just have a look. All right. So let's go ahead and call in you. We'll go ahead and get through. That looks so damn cool. So damn cool. Let's get the alert up then. Alert, and we'll call in our most... Wait! Hoyo! And then I'm definitely going to drop a bomb on their feet. Lovely. Get that taunt up. All of the assists. Getting that blight. Absolutely. Pew, 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 pew. Blight. Let's nom nom nom. Yes! Okay. Shoot him. Oh, he's so dead. Alright, good business. Good business. Shoosting begins. Go ahead and bring Thrawn in. That looks so damn cool. Let's get the alert up once again. And let's call him in. Heal immunity out. Drop the bombs. The damage over here. We've got the 10 stacks of blight, loads of decay rolling. Well, no, our decay is just starting to roll. 8 stacks of blight. I'm kind of curious to see how much damage this does now. Ah, not bad. These guys have just got massive health pools, I think is the issue. Massive health pools on these guys, so... Oof. Even though we're doing loads of damage, they're obviously, they've just got huge health pools to counteract it. But I think we're going to be fine for this wave. Come on. Bloop. I love that animation so much. It's 10,000 damage, not 1,000. 10,000. Munch him? Oof, yes. We've got 19 stacks of blight right now. I kind of want to save this. But I'll do this to share the blight. So far, it feels very comfortable at the moment. Because, like... With Blight, they have reduced healing capabilities, right? Minus 100% health steal. And I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure... Well, there's healing units as well, but I'm pretty sure that they have reduced healing as well. I think we probably could auto it. I think we probably could. I'm just going to basic here. Alright. I kind of want to save that call to assist for now. Focus on Hondo. Get the alert up. Boop. There we go. Obviously have to focus on Hondo so nasty. Let's get that nasty down. The damage is really solid. Sharing the blight. He's got 7 stacks of blight on Hondo. Blomp. Oh, I think he resisted the TM. I think he resisted the TMR. Get rid of that. He's so dead. Yeah, get out of here, boy. Let's put on order. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like it. It's probably, on Felucia at least, it's probably a full auto team, that is. I think it's probably a full auto team, and it doesn't detract from anything else, I feel. Like... Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll take anything that lets me full auto TB. Should get alert up before using last command. I think I did at least once. At least twice, in fact. Because that's the order I would use the moves in. But, yeah. It was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Like, we're not even close to dying. We've got to get up to 9 stacks of this decay before we can even die, so... Seems to be hanging on really well. Decent damage on it. Imagine if we had the TB Omicron as well. It would be a piece of pea. Easy money. Easy money. Happy with that, guys. Happy with that. Cool. Basically a full auto team. Basically a full auto team. Alright, so apologies for that. We did take a short break. Cody Lee over here has actually entered a tip. Cody, did you also fill out the roster review form? I'll just double check. You did indeed. Cody Lee did indeed. Alright, let's go over to Cody Lee's account. Blackety splits, blackety let. Alright. Inquisitor Mojosmo. 9.9 mil. Just before we begin, Cody, can you confirm that this is your account? Just because the name is different. Just because your name is different in-game to, obviously, your username. So let me know, Cody, if you are here and this is your account. If it is, we will begin. We shall begin. But yeah, that Inquisitores, that Imperial Remnant team seemed pretty solid. It is. Okay, good business. Thank you, Cody. So, Cody started off by saying, you're going for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. My first question would be, why at 9.9 mil? But it's okay. If you just happen to really like Ahsoka Tano, I'm not going to hold it against you. It's just, it's a big investment. It's a really big investment for something that you don't really need to be doing right now, but that's okay. So let's just double check on the old Imperial Remnant. So, oh, you invested quite heavily in Enoch then. Did you get a lucky pull or did you just choose to invest more? These two, you can actually catch up when they become... They'll be the first lot farmable, right? Night Trooper will and then Death Trooper will. Captain Enoch, you've pushed forward, so that's a little bit easier for you to catch up on. That first 2 sets of requirements are going to be done relatively quickly for you, right? You can check the EA ID under the mute report button for name. Commander Cody has reported in for duty, sir. Hey, Jason. What's up, buddy? Oi. Apologies. So, yeah, I'm not going to say don't go for Ahsoka Tano, new GL. If you want to go for it, be my guest and crack on. It's just, you know, there are 2 other GLs that you could go for. You could go for that you're missing. You're missing Lord Vader and you are missing Slacker. You never see Slacker not unlocked on an account. What are you, me? You can't be 10 million GP and not have Slacker. You're not me. You're not me. You invested hard on Enoch. Okay, that's fine. So I'm still thinking that we're going to get 1 or 2 more marquees for GL Ahsoka. I think we're going to see a Sabine, Padawan Sabine, and I think we're going to see at least a Hu Yang. Most likely we'll probably see an extra one, so it could be 3 more marquees. That's going to push out the time frame in which you can unlock GL Ahsoka. But if you're okay with that farm being maybe 4 or 5 months long for you, unless you want to open up the wallet and spend a lot of money, then crack on and be my guest. So where's your snips at then? I saw R5 on Ahsoka Tano. Okay, so R7 snips, that's completely fine. You don't need to take it to R9 yet. You don't really need to take Commander Ahsoka Tano to R9 yet. But there's no real harm in it, right? Bro needs 4 more relic levels to unlock Slacker. Yeah, you've basically got Slacker unlocked, which is the weird thing, right? Because you could... How's your finalizer? Okay, yeah, you're basically there with Slacker. You could be Slacker done in the time... Well, in a shorter period of time than it would take you to be GL Ahsoka ready. And Slacker is fantastic. He's a really solid GL. But I'm not trying to dissuade you. Not trying to dissuade you from that. Yep, I can see Cat is R9 already. So... Yeah. And of course, you're not worried about Morgan Elsbeth. Now, the only issue is, like, we don't know what the remaining 7 requirements are, right? We've got another set of 4 coming out, which we'll probably find out in a month's time, maybe. And then we've got the last set of 3 characters in Ahsoka Tano's ship. I'm still adamant that that's Ahsoka Tano's Jedi Starfighter, essentially. We don't know what those requirements are going to be. We don't know what the relic requirements are going to be. Ultimately, it could be a bunch of easy units, or it could be like Fulcrum at Relic 9. How's your Fulcrum looking? Okay, you've got the stars on Fulcrum at least, so this is not a bad team to invest in. Have you got a Malicos team already? I don't see Malicos currently. So, I mean, that will eventually help you with Malicos. Do you have to Proving Grounds your Malicos? Fulcrum is a great character regardless. So I know she's not shown as a requirement yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the requirements for set 3. So that means set 1, set 2, set 3, and set 4 all have an Ahsoka requirement. So don't be surprised, but she's also great. You know, and whilst you're waiting on her, if you want a TW Omicron, she can do it solo. Can take out some decent stuff solo. And then when you get up to Malicos, you can throw in Cals, and then you've got another really good team together, you know. Had to step away for an opponent. Is there a way to know if you missed? You're still to come, Bob. Still to come. Get yourself a pillow for your back. My back's not hurting because of the seat. My back's hurting because I'm ill. But thank you, buddy. Thank you. I do have a pillow. Think Cad Bane or Clone Wars Chewie will be a wreck for Ahsoka? Maybe Attic. Maybe. They're not my first thoughts. I wouldn't be surprised if Cad Bane, but I'm thinking more along the lines of Barriss, more along the lines of Plo. Sounds like a nasty flu that's been going... Yeah, I've had... The last couple of days have just been rough. Been really rough. But there we go. So yeah, focus on Ahsoka Tano. Don't worry about Balin. You do really need to finish off that Slacker, in my opinion. That's really low-hanging fruit. You're a hop, skip, and a jump away from unlocking Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You've obviously got the Lightspeed bundle, so it's just a case of a couple of relic levels here and there, you know, and you're done, which is really good. Similar symptoms to COVID, but it's different, but same. Yeah, I don't have the same COVID symptoms. I've just had a really off stomach, bad head, dizzy, you know, nauseous, and now only just today is my back starting to hurt, which is usually a telltale sign of the flu. So. Yeah, R9's on JM. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's just so loud and surprising. I need to lower my system volume. Thank you kindly, whoever that was that just donated. Really do appreciate you. Yeah, so really solid roster. 10 mil, no slacker, definitely taking after me. I think I only got Slacker. What was it? I got Slacker about a week after they released the bundle, the first Lightspeed bundle. But I'd already invested on all the teams. I was furious. I was furious. But there we go. You're definitely thinking Clone Wars, Chewie? Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, we've got 7 more characters to unlock. I think it'll be Fulcrum, and I think it's going to be Plo. I think it's going to be Barriss. I think we'll get Rex, most likely. 501st Rex now, not Captain Rex. Then I think it's going to be Padawan Sabine and Hu Yang. So I think that's an extra 2 of them. But there's ultimately a lot of characters it can be, right? Okay. No more Darkside Rex for Ahsoka, only Lightside. Correct, Bob? Correcto mundo. Unless they choose to go back and you know, revert what they put in the Ahsoka hub. Okie dokie. So that was Raxel. Thank you kindly, Raxel. Have you filled out the form, good sir? You have. I can see you here. Thank you kindly, Raxel. All right. Thank you, Raxel. Appreciate you, brother. Jeremiah, thank you so much for the $5. You can absolutely skip the queue. You'll be after Raxel. You'll be after Raxel. Right, let me get this up. So, Raxel, working on relics and zetas / Omicrons for Queen Amidala. Almost complete farming shards for Gungans, thinking about pushing the relic requirements for Leviathan while saving Kyrotex for Gungans. Okay, so Queen Amidala, Gungan farming, Leviathan farming. Fine, I'm on board with it. 10.4 mil. 10.4 mil. Let's see where we're at. Got all the GLs. Great start. Great start. All the GLs. Not all the capital ships. In fact, oh, okay, there's Profundity. I was like, where's the Profundity? So, yeah. Okay, cool. I think, based on what we're seeing here, that's absolutely fine for you to be pushing Queen Amidala. Now, like, Omicrons, they're very individual. It's like, it depends on where you want to be going. Do you want to be focused more on territory war? Do you want to be focused on TB? Do you want to focus on raid? Do you want to be focused on GAC, for example? So, I think someone like you who's got all the GLs and is maybe working towards Leviathan as a capital ship, I think it's fine to be working on your Queen Amidala team. Now, you can take it above that R7 requirement and start thinking about going to R9 on those two, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, Padawan Obi-Wan, to benefit from the assault battle. Let's check out your Sith Empire, though. Okay, so you've already got R9 Malak. I think this is good. Yeah, definitely. Definitely be pushing for the Leviathan. Definitely push for the Leviathan right now. I think that's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Get the Leviathan sorted out. Even if you don't take him all the way up to 7 stars immediately, at least get him unlocked so you can start working on the shards over time. And then you can start thinking about putting that investment then into either Gungans or shoring up the Queen Amidala team. Depends on where you want to be going with it, right? Do you have an aim or a goal for minimum score in the raid? Because we can talk about how much investment you want to put into the raid teams. R8 for the assault battles? Yep. There's like, literally, you could tell me any number for those relic levels and I'd be like, yep, support it. Because any investment on those teams is worthwhile on Master Qui-Gon Jinn, Padawan Obi-Wan. Like, R8, R9, R7, all of it. All of it's good. All of it's good. The higher you can get them over the next couple of days, the better off you'll be. Just because the Duel of the Fates is coming back soon. It's like 2 days' time, I think. You're doing about 1 mil between 3 teams? Okay. And what's your goal? Where would you like to hit? Because you've got Lord Vader. You're working on Profundity. So you'll easily be able to boost that. Because your Darth Maul will go to Relic 7, right? You've got Sidious at Relic 7 and you've got Lord Vader, so you've got Newt at Relic 7. That team alone is 1.8 mil. Is it really? I thought it was the 24th of each month. Thanks, Malcasol. So yeah, get them done now, if you can. Get those 2 up as high as you can right now. What are they, R7? R7, there you go. And R6. Well, definitely take Master Qui-Gon Jinn up to R7 by tomorrow, if you can, just to get the extra tier of rewards. It's worth it. 100% worth it. So, yeah. The raid, you can easily smash more than 1 million. You can easily smash more than 1 million. Like, the Queen Amidala team for you, obviously, is hampered currently by your Queen Amidala's relic levels. But as soon as you start getting that higher, R5, that'll be 1.2 million. R7, that's 1.8. Wherever you choose to take it from there is just going to give you more and more rewards, right? And then, whilst you're working on the Leviathan farm, absolutely 100%. Farming the shards for the Gungans so you can get it ready is great. You don't need to unlock Jar Jar, but getting these guys all the way up to 7 stars, you're missing only Boss Nass, right? Getting these guys all the way up to like Relic 5 minimum, they walk the raid. They dog walk the raid without Jar Jar. So it's a worthwhile investment just to get you a big chunk of additional points in the raid. Then 3 teams alone, you'll quadruple, synctuple your score in the raid and really start skyrocketing your income. So Jeremiah, just to reiterate, make sure you filled out the form, yeah, buddy? 20 shards needed for Boss Nass? You're going to be fine, mate. You're going to be fine. I definitely think your priority right now should be, well, 1, see if you can get Master Qui-Gon Jinn to Relic 7 before Duel of the Fates. 2, get that Leviathan sorted. Sooner you get that, the better off. And then the rest of your investment can either go into shoring up the Queen Amidala team to get us to Relic 7 or 8, and then push into Gungans, get them all to Relic 5, then get them all to Relic 7. They're really solid for the raid, and they're the easiest raid team. You just go in and hit auto, basically. After that, the world is kind of your oyster. You're in a great place. 10.5 mil with all the GLs, and then you'll have all the capital ships. You can either choose to sort of save your crystals over time to speed up that the shard farming for Leviathan, because it really does need to be 7-star for you to get the most investment. Or you can choose to just reinvest that into new characters and new teams. You're obviously going to be missing some stuff at 10.5 mil. So no Afra is absolutely fine. No Inquisitors, probably something to consider at this point. Inquisitors, so get your Chimera fleet unlocked, get that counter locked down. It's very useful to have. Just having a look here, and you could get Bo-Katan, Mandalore. Those are your real options right now. After you finished off your Gungans, maybe you go for Inquisitors, maybe you go for Bo-Katan, Mandalore. Alternatively, you could just hold off and wait for new stuff. Balin Skull, wait for GL Ahsoka if you want to. The world is really your oyster at this point. You took a year off when the Inquisitors were being released. Worst decision of my life. Oh, mate, that Inquisitorious, like the 9 months of every other galactic challenge being Inquisitors, and us being spoon-fed, force-fed Inquisitors for like a year was horrendous. That's like everything was Inquisitors. It was just, oh my god! And the only real payoff was when Reva came to the game. So yeah, good business. Great account though, Braxel. Great account. You're in the fun part of the game. I like to call it. I like late game. Late game is fun. Okay, so I keep trying to get to these free roster reviews, but people keep jumping the queue. People keep jumping the queue. So, who was it that just jumped the queue recently? Apologies. Trying to multitask is not a strong suit. Jeremiah. I can see Jeremiah Bowie. You were 56th in line, so congratulations. You have successfully skipped quite a few people. Good, sir. No worries, Raxel. Good account, dude. Good account. Okay, cool. Let's reset everything real quick. Reset the clock. Go over here. So what is Jeremiah saying? Jeremiah is saying, I've just finished my Executor. Good for you, mate. That's solid. And my Wumper. Oh, nice. One of my favorite GAC Omicrons. I'm really hurting on relic materials, so I'm curious on what I can do to shore up holes left over from all the Lightspeed bundles. Honestly, no clue which direction to go. Okay, buddy. This is common. Get used to having no relics. No relic data, okay? Because it is the biggest bottleneck in the game. Forget about Chirotech, forget about any other gear piece. The biggest bottleneck in the game is signal data and relic materials. You'll never have enough of it, ever. unless you drop thousands upon thousands of pounds. Okay? He has the EA logo next to his profile because he's linked his EA account, I guess, and he's using the PC app. Oh my gosh, I'm in pain right now. So I typically don't recommend people try and shore up teams and stuff like that from Lightspeed bundles. You've already got Zori Bliss. That's the biggest one. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest one, right? You're about to finish off... Oh, sorry, you've just finished off your Executor and you've got Wampa as you're probably thinking Wampa as a solo character for GAC. You could probably take out a couple of characters or a couple of teams and help me out there. And I can see you've done more or less the same thing over here with Savage. But honestly, the best thing you could probably do for your account right now is either invest in Imp Troopers for the Assault Battle and then go into C, or start working towards Jabba the Hutt so you can start getting, you know, mod slicing materials, all right? If you want to instead focus on raid teams, there's a couple that you can do. So, obviously, Gungans are not a priority for you at all. You could work on 4 of them, but they're relatively new, lots of Kyrotech. Other than that, you can go down the Sith route for Darth Maul, Sidious, and Newt. That's only 3 characters, and they're all requirements. Sorry, guys, give me a sec. Love you say pounds and not money. Yep. Sorry, I'm just feeling a bit queasy. Where is my brain? Oh yeah, sorry. You could push into Imp Troopers and C and then start thinking about working towards Jabba the Hutt. That gives you a better overall thing than trying to just work on individual characters. Nice with the Ki-Adi-Mundi Lightspeed bundle. That is a huge purchase. That is a huge purchase. Let me just check out your Galactic Republic Jedi. How do you get on in the raid in general? I'm not very well trained at, that's all. I've had a couple of days of being under the weather. Okay, looks like you got the Lumi bundle, which is great. But you probably don't have enough invested for the Jedi split. So you can do Lumi with Cam. Is there really no GMY? Do you not have Grandmaster Yoda? You instantly applied the Cam Zeta. Good stuff, Rabbit. Good stuff. Cam is phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Like, a lot of people have slept on Cam because he was a hard-to-get character in Lightside GOTB, but also many people these days have moved over to Rote, and the thought of spending all you get 3 on Cam is sickening, to say the least. So, just got the Jedi bundle today, so I haven't had a chance to mod or anything. That's fine. I'm not going to check out your modding or anything like that. You will need the Lumi Zeta on her leadership if you want to max score with her. Okay, it might be easier with Ki-Adi-Mundi. Maybe you won't need it so much, but you'd go in with like Lumi and Ki-Adi-Mundi. You could take in Shakti, but you're probably better off with Plo, just so you can at least have an all R5 team. Kit Fisto. So Lumi, Kit Fisto, Cam, Plo. Usually I would say throw in Grandmaster Yoda. You must be able to unlock Grandmaster Yoda because he's like the easiest. Oh, he's there. Sorry. Sorry, completely missed him. But side note, they did GMY dirty. Look at what they did to my boy GMY. Poor GMY. He's worthwhile gearing up. But if not, you can just use Qui-Gon Jinn. It might be a little bit more difficult, but Cam might shore up that discrepancy a little bit. Cam's Lightspeed bundle doesn't look like much of a deal, especially when compared to other Lightspeed bundles. When you compare it to how much you save in Get 3 currency, though, and how much Kyrotech that is, huge. Massive savings. Massive savings. It costs, I think we did the math, it's something like 140,000 Get 3 that you need to 7-star Cam. You can skip that entire grind. Would a $20 Watt bundle be worth it? I think they've done $20 Watt bundles in the past, but it's not been Lightspeed. It's not been Lightspeed bundles. So, yeah. Basically, good sir, basically, I would highly, highly recommend start thinking about more GLs than thinking about shoring up teams and stuff like that. You know, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, from Lightspeed bundle perspective, doesn't really give you much. Rey, the only thing you want is Zori, and you've already got that, so that's great. I don't like you've got Night Sisters, so you could get Merrin. Oh, you've already got Merrin, so you don't even need to worry about that. Yeah, it's literally just the Zeta there would shore that up. The Geos don't need any additional investment. Yeah, I think you're absolutely fine. You can just choose where you want to focus your resources. Essentially, is it going to be raid performance or is it GAC and just general performance? GMY is sadly done. Yeah, there's definitely a lot worse than GMY, but he's not great. Do you mean the model? I think that yeah, no, I think there's definitely worse, but when you take into consideration the time and resources both you and your guild need to invest into Lightside Geo Mission, or the Mark III currency is amazing value, absolutely, Jason, huge. You prefer GAC? Absolutely. Okay, if you prefer GAC, then your focus needs to be Galactic Legends and fleets. Galactic Legends and fleets. I know we're kind of out of time. Thank you, Caspiel. Thank you. A Polish compatriot. Dzień dobry. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. Executor is done, didn't you say? Or were you focusing on Executor? No, Executor is done. Thought so. Yeah. So Executor, you could think about trying to push into either Profundity. Long term would probably be Leviathan, because it's a lot harder to reach the Leviathan, unfortunately. You need to have stuff like Malgus, you need to have DR, you need to have, the Fury class Interceptor, a lot harder to get. But going into Jabba and then Profundity potentially is a good route for you, and then start working through the GLs one at a time. Oh, man. Nah, Twist, I'm feeling shitty. Okay. Thank you, Jeremiah. I really do appreciate you. I'm going to turn these... I don't want anybody else donating. I'm going to do 1 or 2 free reviews, guys, and then I'm going to call it. Sorry, I've not had a fun week, guys. I'm just feeling kind of crap. But we'll do 1 or 2 free roster reviews now, just to make sure that you guys get at least some free roster reviews in there. Bob Adney. Bob, are you around? Bob Adney. Also known as Vosk Orak. I wish I had... Where's my water? God damn it. Bob, wake up, bro. I'll do 2 free roster reviews. There we go. Bob Adney's in the chat. How you doing, Bob? Sorry it's taken so long, but we'll get 2 of you guys done. So, 275 out of 330 to unlock GL Layer Organa. Congrats, buddy. Need to know where to go next. Okay, so you're about to unlock GL Layer, 9.6 mil. Good business, brother. Good business. You have got just over half of the GLs then. Just over half of the GLs. You're missing, what, Lord Vader? You're missing C. Yeah. Okay, good business. Good business. So, Lord Vader and C. C should be a very quick and easy unlock for you. Lord Vader is a bit of a toss-up, really. But let's check out your fleet before we... Oh, I love to see this. I love to see this. This is fantastic. So you're basically done on the fleet grind outside of maybe you need some investment in the Empire fleet. Don't really know. We'll have a quick look here. But either way, I wouldn't call it a massive, massive priority. No, you're looking pretty good. You could throw on a couple of relic levels on Iden Versio just to shore up that team, make it a little bit more reliable. The harder she hits, the more reliable she's gonna become. R5 is probably absolutely fine for Iden. But yeah, finish off your layer. Obviously, that's priority number 1. Finish off layer, and then after that, you could maybe throw a couple of relic levels on Iden. Really depends. I don't know how much success rate you have with her at Gear 12. But more relic levels is never going to hurt her, you know? Bob, you care about GAC, which is great to know. Thank you so much. But yeah, you must be very close to Sith Eternal Emperor anyway. You might be missing some of the low-hanging Empire, for example. So, you know, Stark and Veers. Yeah, that's fine. But then the Sith. Okay, so yeah. Standard sort of stuff that you'd be missing. I'd recommend probably getting C just to have that in your offensive toolkit. He gives you good banners in GAC. He can take down a number of teams that are quite valuable, like being able to solo a gas team, for example. Takes out a tricky team, and it's going to give you solid banners. You have to make sure you mod him correctly, make sure you put enough investment in him, obviously, but it's worthwhile to have. Lord Vader, on the other hand, he is still very useful, definitely valuable to have, but it's just a very, very, very expensive farm. You know, we're talking 1600 Chirotech just for these guys, and then it is a boatload of signal data for him. He's still the most expensive GL, apart from GL Ahsoka Tano is probably going to overthrow that at this point. You'd honestly wait for a Bad Batch Lightspeed bundle, bound to happen sooner or later. You only missed Lord Vader and Marauder, which is acceptable collateral. You could, but there's zero guarantees it ever happens. We don't know if we're ever getting it. We haven't had anything for C and JML yet, have we? It might happen at some point. They might give us a Bad Batch bundle. Is it going to be $20? I doubt it. 50 probably. Depends on how you feel about it. The only reason I think it'll be more expensive is because the level of Chirotech involved in relicking up those guys. If you have no investment in them, it will absolutely be worthwhile. But C is an easy, low-hanging fruit GL for you, and it will help with raid performance as well, which will just help feed additional resources to relic up the rest of your roster quicker, so you can perform better in GAC. Okay, so apart from that, how are we looking for Zori? She's worthwhile relicking. Take her to R3, R5. That gives you another team for your resistance over here. You'll just also need to make sure that you get... you've got the Zeta on there already, so that's good business. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate you, dude. It's... yeah. Phoenix Lightspeed bundle was pretty much the JML bundle. Not sure. I don't think I agree. Okay. Let's see what else are you missing right now. So Afra, you can afford to... you can afford to wait on Afra. She's not a priority, if you ask me. Gungans obviously feed into the raid. Padawan Obi-Wan, yeah, this is probably one area you should probably be looking at. Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, always worth investing there. I don't know how well you did on... oh, you've got Queen Amidala. Dude, this should be a priority for you. So, after you finish your layer farm, I heavily recommend you start thinking about Queen Amidala, Master Qui-Gon Jinn, and Padawan Obi-Wan. Just that trio. Invest into them as high as you're willing to go. Always going to be worthwhile. They'll give you solid raid performance, and you'll also be getting the Duel of the Fates Assault Battle, which is going to pay itself back over time. This is your first time on our stream, Epsilon. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're well. So, yeah, 100%. I'd recommend investing on them when you get the free time. Now, I don't know if you've got Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan. Okay, so you're missing out on Bo-Katan at the moment, and that's okay. It's okay to miss out on her. You're not going to have everything at 9.6 mil, but something to consider. You might want to start slow farming the shards for her requirements. IG-12 and Grogu, Paz, and Keller and Beck. Might want to start thinking about those guys, getting them up there just to get that unlock done. Also, you're going to want to have some relic levels on your Beskar Armor Mando to help shore up your executive fleet. Get that Razor Crest operating a little bit better. Hey, peace out, Speckled Hen. Big love, my dude. Morton, welcome to the tribe, dude. Hope you're well. I wish I was less under the weather. Wish I was less under the weather for you, good sir. All right, good business. Good business. Thanks, dude. You've got a cool roster at 9.6 mil. Good, solid work over there. See where you actually, where are you rocking right now? Kyber 3, good man. Yeah, I was going to say, if you've got all the capital ships and pretty much all the GLs, you can be in Kyber. You can be in Kyber. Okay, we're going to do one more free review, guys. I wish I could stay longer, but I'm feeling crap, guys. I'm sorry. So, Maticus, are you around, dude? Maticus will be our final one of the evening. Hey, Nee, how you doing, brother? I think I've just got a little bit of flu nonsense going on at the minute. I'm lightheaded and dizzy, and my stomach is turning, and my back is hurting. It's a real trip. It's a real trip. So, Masticus. masticated, emasculated individual. Maticus, are you around? We are going to give Maticus a grand total of 20 seconds to respond. If not, we're going to move on to the next person in our free-to-play list. Oh, a several thing combo. That sucks. Flu, what? Yeah, I think it's probably some sort of flu. You should try the Barney Stinson method. When you're sick, just stop being sick and be awesome instead. I think that might be one of the very few episodes that I've actually seen, because I recognize that quote. I'm not sick. When I'm sick, I just stop being sick and be awesome instead. Can I check for Nexus? Yes, I can, Crispy. Absolutely, buddy. Nexus. I don't see a Nexus on the list, buddy. I don't see no Nexus on the list. At least not when I do a search for Nexus. It's not there. Alright. We'll have to... sincerest apologies. Sincerest apologies to Maticus. Bezad. Bezad, are you in chat? Oh. So, Beza, did you give me Yakuza 0 as your... Is this the account? Because that's the number I've got here. Just let me know. Yep, Yakuza 0. Okay, great. So this will be our last one of the evening, guys. Apologies, we would normally go for a little bit longer than this, but like I said, I'm just feeling kind of crappy right now. Okay, so let's check out what is Bezad saying. I was going for Ahsoka, but dropped it off for Jabba. Okay, good. I support this decision. Need to see if I should stay on this track or not. Well, in principle, I support it. In principle, I support it. 10.8 mil. Okay, so currently you're missing Jabba and Lord Vader. I'm not counting GL Ahsoka because she's not in the game yet. Okay. From the ship's perspective, you have everything, but you're just missing stars, and that's okay. Slow farming it way up there is reasonable. It's a reasonable approach to take, okay? So, filtering at the bottom, like the marquees are not... Where's your Enoch? Let's have a look. There he is. Yeah, so the marquees, the new marquees, the 3 that you need for Ahsoka, they're still way off. So, essentially, you can add 4 or 5 months to your GL Ahsoka farm right now, just to try and push her over the line. There's no reason for you to go for GL Ahsoka. You can, obviously, you can, but Jabba was going to bring so much more to your account, okay? He's going to be perfectly viable in GAC, perfectly viable in Territory Wars, great in TB, and gives you Smuggler's Run 2 access, which is going to give you access to better modding in the future. Definitely far more valuable, given the information that we know about GL Ahsoka right now. Now, we don't know if they're going to introduce a new tier of some assault battle or a new tier of some regular recurring event for GL Ahsoka that's going to give us something. There's no real, expected cadence for this sort of thing, apart from it'll probably be a monthly event, right? We don't know what the rewards are going to be. Are they going to be like layers where it's a little bit more RNG based, a little bit trashier? Oh, Jesus. Or is it going to be a little bit closer to Jabba the Hutt, which gives us amazing mod slicing materials? I'm really hoping that GL Ahsoka gives us something that's more in vein of helps us with relicking stuff, so gives us lots of signal data, but we don't know. So I think you're completely right in skipping all this and just going for Hutt Cartel instead. Hutt Cartel, super, super valuable. And you've got some investment already in these teams. So 100%, Hutt Cartel is definitely the way to go for you. After Hutt Cartel is the real question. Do you push for New Ahsoka at that point? Because Jabba is probably still a good 3 months away for you, I would imagine. At that point, everything will be released. GL Ahsoka is probably going to be in the game. You could probably start farming for her then. We don't know if Balin Scholar is going to be the better choice. Don't know. He might be a quick and easy farm. He could be a long and tedious farm. Maybe there's going to be a legendary event for the Knights, the Great Mothers. We don't know at this point, essentially. But I would, yeah. It's okay, Bezhad, don't worry. It's only another 3 minutes. I can hold on 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a personal record for me. Make of that what you will. So, yeah, 100%. I'm glad to see that you got Third Sister over here. Third Sister over there rocking. So if I check out the Empire... Yeah, okay, so this is similar to the last review we had. You could invest a little bit more in TIE Defender if you want, just to completely round off the fleet. I don't necessarily recommend throwing a bunch of crystals to get these sorted if you don't want to. Leviathan at 7 stars is so much more powerful than it is at anything below. A lot of Leviathan's power is gated behind that 7 stars, so it might give you a little bit of better performance in GAC and Territory Wars and stuff like that. But you're already in Kyber 3. You're already in Kyber 3, so depends on how much value you place being in Kyber 3 compared to Kyber 2. It would take you a long time to recoup that crystal cost. Sorry, guys. Just feeling a bit queasy. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. But you've got a really solid roster, to be honest, dude. You've got stuff in the right places. Again, we don't need to be worrying about Afra. Just glancing over. Lord Vader can wait. He's very good. He's definitely worthwhile, but you don't need to rush to get him, truth be told. Zori is something that you could invest in theoretically if you wanted to get a little bit of a boost to your resistance faction. But other than that, you're looking pretty good, dude. You're looking pretty good. You're at the fun point of the game, so that's all good business. You dropped out of Kyber 2 yesterday. Oh, no way. Was it a combination of the squishing and then maybe you lost a match? Or maybe you lost 2? Or maybe you went 0-3. Did you get your ass kicked? So, but yeah, if you were in Kyber 2 already, you can get back into Kyber 2. It's just a case of, you know, do you get some favorable matchups? Do you play your GSCs? Losing in threes did it to you. Yeah, that can certainly happen, Bezad. But Jabba should help with that sort of business. This is what will really help you. If you invest more in Datacrons, just by refreshing. Don't like spend crystals in the store. The way you invest in Datacrons is just by refreshing your Conquest energy. If you do that and get yourself as many level 9 Datacrons, or in this set really the level 6 Datacrons, as you possibly can, as many support crons, the big wordy support cron as you can, not this one. If you just get as much of this support cron as you possibly can, and the attacker attack again cron as you possibly can, that's going to put you in the best standing to perform well in GAC. Because in Kyber 3, you're not going to see as many people with loads of Datacrons, and they really do make the difference. Oh, I feel you, Bezad. But the thing is, in Conquest, you can just sim at this point. You know, as long as you've unlocked the bonus mission in Sector 4 and the bonus mission in Sector 1, sim it, you know? If you're really just totally burned out, just sim it. Earn those rewards. Alright, guys. I'm going to have to bounce because I'm feeling gross. It's been really fun. Been really fun today. Thank you all so much for your support. Hopefully we should still be okay to go live tomorrow for GAC. I have been feeling better until earlier this afternoon I was feeling great, and then a couple of hours in, just started feeling crappy again. Should be live for GAC attack phase. Let's have a quick look and see who we're facing off against. So make sure you swing around for that. Melissa Kenobi. Ah, it's a gender bender Kenobi. I don't recognize anybody, but that's okay. That's okay. How good is Melissa Kenobi? Mighty Chlorians. Mighty Chlorians. My old guild. Okay, good business. Yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. I'm gonna see who's currently live to send you over in the raid, guys, and we'll go from there. So let's see who is live on YouTube right now that I can send you wonderful people to. Make sure you swing around about the same time tomorrow, guys, for GAC, and everything will be grand, fine, and dandy. And who's live on Twitch right now? iCarctic is live. I'm going to send you guys over to him. All right. Smashing, guys. Thank you all so much for your support. I will see you all tomorrow evening for tomorrow evening stream. Peace out, be good to each other, and may the force be with you, ladies and gentlemen.